never signing out. Throw my elbows up and my money out. Cause I came to get down, so let's run it up. No two real, hit 'em with a rhythm rhyme. Tim's on cause it's cold in the wintertime. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank like it's intertwined.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and how are you? And we are excited to be here once again for the GG League this time around. It's gonna be me as a host, Archie. We kicked her off; she was quite bad, but always in the heart, Archie. This time around, I'm joined by Ramon and JT. My name is Abdullah, obviously, guys. If you don't know me, guys, how are we feeling today? We'll start with you, JT.
I'm doing great. I'm stoked. Because last time when we casted CS, it was cut too short. But this time, it's gonna be a long run, and I'm all for it.
Ramon, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. Time check for me in the Philippines is around 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning for us. For you guys, I believe it's like 9 p.m. for you guys. I'm pretty pumped up. I already ate my own late dinner and pretty much ready for all action CS right here, right now.
Well, that's good to know that everyone is having a great time. You know, you had your meals. I even had mine. I'm so full, and we discussed this a while ago. But yeah, I want to thank PLG and EasyQ for the sponsorship of this tournament. It's quite a good league to have in our region, especially that we're involving South Asia as well. We don't see much of that lately. There's been a lack of leagues when it comes to CS2, so this is a good step. Hopefully, in the future also it becomes bigger and bigger, and maybe we saw it at LAN, so maybe we can see it as well this year or next year as LAN as well. Obviously, we have the competition has started already. We have reached the quarterfinals. We have a big prize pool that we're going to talk about in a bit. We have some Indian teams that are really dominating the scene here. I mean, okay, here we see the prize pool, which is $5,000. That's a big amount of money. And, back in the day, maybe Ramon, JT, I don't know, guys, if you competed before, but $5,000 back in my day was a lot. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Well,
I mean, I think for a lot of, and let me speak from my experience though. For like $5,000 for me is like a ton of skins for me. And somebody as a pro player who likes to like show off a lot of things in my inventory kind of gives you a lot of confidence, and I feel like that's an investment for a lot of teams moving forward, whether it's going to buy skins or whether it's going to buy for something else in your future, right, JT?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I played competitively in a different game. I reached tier, well, I almost reached high enough tiers enough. I was competitive in the MENA region. It was pretty fun, but we've never really reached that big. Like back in the day, locally we get computer time and we're happy we get that. Nowadays it's like big money are pouring into esports, and it does help the the competitive scene in the region as a whole. And I'm so happy to see more tournaments coming up here in the region itself.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we mentioned, like, you can see obviously the prize pool breakdown here. We have 4 qualifiers and a major playoffs. And the cool thing about this tournament is if you lost in any of the qualifiers, you can still compete in the qualifier after it. So you actually have 4 chances if you competed from the first one. And speaking about the first qualifier, we actually had 33 teams that's a good amount of teams. What do you think, Ramon? I mean, we do like these numbers, but we hope to see an increase. 33 is a good number.
Yeah, I mean, for the first day of the qualifiers, it's not really that bad. And it'll just get a lot more once we head into the second days, the third days, since, again, a lot more chances for a lot more teams. And it's also going to be a good opportunity to show some fresh competition, as well as opening some more stories for revenge matches to come.
Completely agree. I mean, Ramon, do you think we're gonna see? Back in my day, I used to compete against one Filipino team, which was very, very strong. But we haven't seen much of that lately. I know there's a couple of, or maybe a few, like Filipinos that play in the hub. But do you think we'll ever get to see some Filipino team, back in the scene, trying to get? I remember there used to be a guy called B-boy or something, like a breakdance. I don't know, something related to breakdancing, and he was a very good player actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that you mentioned that, Tox, because happening recently, which was like the Shanghai Major RMR qualifiers for Asia, and one of the teams here that is in the quarter qualifier bracket right now, as you look at it, I believe it was Victoria's Sumus, and they played up against Oni, who is an all-Filipino team, and a little bit of history. Oni actually won against them, so I'm curious how they're going to be able to run up in the bracket right here in the quarterfinals against God's Reigns later.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like we have God's Reign and Victories, Somos. This is going to be a revenge match especially for I'm not sure it's Victories or Victor's Somos. This is going to be a tough one for them because they lost 2-1 against God's Reign, I think 1 month ago. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, God's Reign is probably one of the best teams in South Asia. The Indian team with the likes of R2B2, who also used to play a lot in our hub. And then on the second quarterfinal, we have Aim Stars against Vision X, a Pakistani team against a team from the UAE. Let's talk about the first matchup, God's Reign against Victor's Sumos. Like I mentioned, it was 2-1 for God's Reign the last time around. In this qualifier, God's Reign played one match. I think it was 13-3. Victor's as well played maybe against, I think, one match as well, 13-4, something like that. So we can't really compare the stats of this qualifier. But what do you think? I'll start with you, JT.
Well, I'm so excited to just talk about the match between God's Reign versus Victoria's Summers. Is the fact that Victoria's Summers is a new team, up-and-coming team in the region alone, up against God's Reign, who is quite well known and has competed internationally. May not have the best track record, but they got their foot in the door basically. While Victorious is someone who is still trying to prove themselves, and boy, can they do. The only issue coming from this new team, Victorious, is that they do well always in the first half of every map that they played. In general, from last month, from this month, from the tournaments that they played recently, they always do good in the first half, but tend to fall off when it comes to the second half. It feels like they get drained out, or maybe the chemistry is still not there just because they are a new team, but they were able to take a map up against God's Reign. So that shows you that, God's Reign, they may be gods, but they do bleed. So the chances are still there, and definitely they're the underdogs coming into this match.
All right, so we have the veto. I'll go over it really quickly since I'm in a group, you guys are not, so I have cheats. So Victor's banned Mirage and God's Reign banned Nuke. Obviously, they lost Nuke the last time they met. Inferno was picked by Victor's and Ancient was picked by God's Reign. I think Inferno is a good pickup, and we'll speak about it in a bit. And then Victor's banned Vertigo, God's Reign banned this too. Anubis was picked by default. Now, if we look at the previous stats from the last time they met, Anubis and Ancient were won quite easily by God's Reign. I think they had, I wouldn't say easily, but they had a shaky CT side. It was always like 7-5, 6-6, but then they just dominated the T side 7-1 or 6-2 or something like that. But Inferno is a map I don't think they played before, so this is an interesting pickup by Victors. They probably would have loved Nuke because that's the map they wanted, but they went for Inferno. What do you guys think? Is this a veto that favors God's Reign, or are we going to see an upset here by Victors?
Look, I'm gonna be putting it on the table right now. Inferno for God's Reign. It's picked up by Victor's. Honestly, best case scenario for God's Reign. They didn't even need to pick their map pick at all because literally that's one of their best maps out in the pool. I'm gonna be expecting a lot of good plays coming out for the duo, specifically their Opper, which has historically had a really good KD for a lot of the tournament runs. So in this situation, he's gonna be demand a lot of util, a lot of support. In a map like Inferno, where a lot of rotations are gonna be happening, especially on the CT side, that's gonna be a very tough call. But a lot of expectations already set for me in terms of God's Reign.
Do you agree with this statement?
Yeah. To be honest, all of those maps, I was like looking at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all maps that is favoring God's Reign. Like Ramon said, their most favorite map to play on is Inferno. Past 3 months results, they haven't lost in that map alone. Like the most recent or biggest win in that map that they played was, which another big team by the way in India, is True Rippers, and you won 13-5 on that map. So like going by historic wise, they do really well in Anubis, which they've won up against. Same with Ancient, and this time Inferno. So it's gonna be very hard for Victoria Sumus, but there's the underdog in me that I still believe in them. Just because they may be new, but maybe they have find the right chemistry, the right puzzle, and that missing piece that they're looking for to be a very strong, formidable team.
I strongly believe that if they do win Inferno, victors here, I'm talking about victors, they're gonna get that motivation, that positive attitude. I think that'll give them a big bump going into the other 2 maps, but then they're gonna get that deja vu, they're gonna get that flashback when they lost Anubis and Ancient before, and I think that's gonna maybe hurt them a little bit. So I strongly believe, we'll take some predictions here and I'll start with myself. I strongly believe if they do win Inferno, victors, I think this could be a 2-1 for them. If they do lose Inferno, I think it's gonna be a 2-0 for God's Reign. Ramon, how about you? What is your prediction?
I think it's going to be a 2-1 in favor of God's Reign. I'm going to be very realistic here. It's a battle between who is the strongest Indian team right here in the server right now. And a lot of my money is in God's Reign specifically because of the map veto. But narrative-wise, I would love to be proven wrong because I would love to see an underdog story. And what better way than to open that conversation with a win over God's Reign, one of the best teams in the Indian server right now.
What about you, JT?
Yeah, I'm going to counter that. 2-1? I'm gonna say Victoria Sumus. I just feel like this unit alone has so much to prove and so much to offer that they might have patched things up that they were lacking. Yes, every time they go to the second half, they tend to fall short. It's like they don't have more fuel to the tank. But maybe this time they found the perfect chemistry, the perfect mix to be able to go up against God's Reign. And I do believe in the underdogs, man. I just love seeing the underdogs, and I think they have what it takes.
I'm just saying, we see this matchup before. It was 2-1, and who won? God's Reign. I'm saying it right now.
All right, so we'll get through that. We'll see who's gonna win over the prediction war here between us 3. I think it's gonna be an interesting matchup overall, and loving that we have God's Reign. They did participate in GG League in Ramadan, but they couldn't play the playoffs because of they had another tournament as well, so they couldn't make it. But interesting to see them here, and I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna perform against Victors, because I think the pressure is mainly on God's Reign. Victors probably gonna be like, okay guys, we're not as well known as God's Reign, we don't have any pressure on us, so hopefully we're gonna see a good Inferno. And guys, I hope you are ready as well to cast over this matchup. I'll leave the mic to you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy and we enjoy as spectators. I'll pass it over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tox. And I mean, it's going to be an interesting discussion between these 2 teams, man, because literally the history is there. Literally the crown for who is the better Indian team is also set in the storyline. And definitely a war over predictions, since I think I really am in the minority here, knowing that God's Reign, even though they kind of had history, even though we kind of had a little bit of a matchup prediction-wise, I really do think God's Reign has it in this. But still, I'm not saying that Victorious are not going to be able to win this, because there really is that potential.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give it to them. There is a reason why people do favor God's Reign. They're one of the strongest teams coming from their region alone. But with that said, Victorious being the ones picking up and the duel towards mid. Okay. Hide himself there, play it slow with a peak. Champ will be the one getting the first blood, but Cat's picked off immediately. R2B2. As the site is up for the taking. So it's gonna be a retake here, Ramon. And not that fast because they're getting rushed towards the side, towards the spawn, I guess.
I mean, it's pretty easy to like open up that side of the map because since they all decided to invest all their players over onto the CT position of B, so very difficult retake was we head on into towards that wine position, held up by Finn. And with the Glock in hand, double, of course, double triple for the guy. A 4K in the mid, so this guy has to dodge all the bullets, leave it all to Arikan. Using that 1v4, a little bit of struggle, and the USP does connect onto Arikan. It's a different guy. Actually, he takes the last frag. It's Revan that takes one for God's Reign. Perfect usage of the rush on towards that A-side position after taking the anchor and realizing that there's nobody on site at all. Literally no one.
This was a crazy duel, and again, I guess Victorious were expecting a B rush, but to no avail, man. The moment he saw 4 players already on towards A side, that's where he just took control of things, and Finn really showing what he takes there. He missed a couple of shots, grabs a new gun, and then fires away, and then calls for backup, right? So,
yeah.
Regardless, though, pistol round kind of gives you the extra bonus that you need to come on to the next one. It's gonna be very hard for them to fight this one out.
Interesting volley on 60 side. Normally you expect rope on that position, but they decide to put it very early on before the car side because they don't want to rush down. The thing about the CT side, if you lose it, is that you also have the potential to use like smaller guns, particularly the MP9, the 5.7s in hand. So the short range weaponry, that also triggers the molly up from God's Reign just so they don't have control of the car. So they can't rush on Banana. They can't surprise them on that position, which leaves an opportunity for God's Reign to play the slow default position. Revan calling for the smoke, calling for the util. We primed up, and that's a really good push, but Recall Master does get the trade in hand.
Yeah, that is good. They are still trying to figure out on which side is they're going to be pushing on. And it seems like it's on the side that where Champ is going to try and play up close and personal if he can. But still, testing the waters here. Really unsure if they really want to go towards B or shall they switch things up and right around the corner. There you have it. Champ, he does get the kill. He falls down. Not necessarily the best thing to do as the recall jumps around. Doesn't really do him any favors. Finn and Cole, they're just testing it out, trying to get more information as they can, as they are split up on a 2v3. Gotta be really bad here.
That's interesting, because they actually missed the molly that they would have used on Dart, and I think that communication. Smokes out, Recall Master. He spots out the lone guy inside of that church position. Has the 18 hand, so it's a huge pick if they get him. They do. That's a trade-off from Razor and Recall Master. It's all left up to Finn, who is already defusing on site. No way! Nobody's already there. Literally the only guy that you can watch out for this position, man. I mean, that is a huge round to actually steal away from the side of God's Reign. Victorious Sumus is winning at that early force buy because of the car position that we were denied of. And remember, they went the molly, so they couldn't force out that dark side. They couldn't actually rotate around that CT position after they take the defending side right there. And a lot of open space towards that side of the map as well. But at the end of things, they took care of the only guy rushing down that B side, and that was all the problems that they already encountered. And that's it.
Yeah, R2B2 was not expecting Razor 30 right behind him. And that's why no one was there anymore. Redefuse. As they already got the information of where they are. Now this time though in the Banana, gonna try and push if they can, but again, just have to play up close and personal if possible. As Fired Off does find one. Man, actually get the kill! As the flashes are there, although Bentley get hurt quite a bit. Battle scarred. Will fall down as well. Just caught him off guard at the right perfect time.
Perfect weapon for the job too. Really nice running accuracy from that Tech 9. Leaves it all to the 3 players on Victorious Sumus. And reclaim control of the site. Good thing though, because the CT position is looking pretty unguarded.
Well, there's someone behind.
Surrounding them. You have to push one in. R2B2 already fired up. Takes one down. A second from the Tech 9 as well. As Arikan only not alive inside a tree. And yet again, R2B2 strikes first back in towards that lurking spot. All the way from the other side of the map. A 2-1 for God's Reign. A good start towards your T side, and because of a really good delayed smoke that's put down on that CT position that left them wondering what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, sneaky beaky R2B2 out of the blue. Like, you were not expecting. I don't know if maybe it was a communication that he said, oh, everybody's already in this side already. And we don't know what's up. But R2B2 just came out of nowhere, massacred them from behind, and got that round. And this is coming on from a buy round. From right? Because they won up against the God's Reign, which
and I don't know if it was intentional. Like, I don't know if it was intentional for them to actually delay it for that much, but I guess this is a product of good communication from God's Reign, because they have an opportunity to push on that church side after the smoke, but they decided to play both at push on Johnson 10 and B9. Ooh, it's a really good shot too. They could open up that B side just because of that.
Okay, the trade-offs are there, but makes still God's Reign still above and beyond up against Victoria Sumus. It's gonna be a 2v4 and not necessarily having the guns at hand here. They don't necessarily have what it takes, I guess, to retake a site. So just make calls quits. Let Arakan just save his gun if he can, and just play exit frags.
That is if he finds the exits, though. I mean, man, a lot of patience from Revan, because he also had like a chance to actually kill off anybody, like pushing on that mid position. But he was there for some sort of flank watch, anything. Since he doesn't have the op yet, trying to save up for the necessary credits for the next amount of guns or next amount of rounds. So there's no need to be too antsy, too impatient. Just make sure that the round is yours. Make sure that the economy stays intact. While Champ is also trying to fish up for some kills, some damage. Revan shot in, and finally we'll get a little bit more money just for the budget on that operator buy.
And can I just say this? Finn, this guy's a monster. He just runs in, does not care. Even if there's a molly right in front of him, burning, I don't care. He's just gonna enter and take that frag. Just pure confidence coming from God's Reign. They're not afraid just because they're so confident that this is their map. This is the map that they have been undefeated for the past 3 months.
This is the thing that I was talking about, right? Like, it's a pretty interesting strat for Victorious to actually pick one of the best maps for God's Reign when they could have actually picked out the new map first, or maybe try to surprise them on the ancient map in particular, right? Like, there's a lot of ways that you could approach this map, Vito, and you decide to go on with the best map pick for your opponent. That's an interesting choice. Open A site, and because they were saving up for the next round, they're relying on Arakan to actually use that AK to full perfection. The problem is, nobody is pushing that B side.
Yeah, I mean, they were just hoping, right? That they've been rushing B. Let's see if we got something. But Bobby, here's a lot of footsteps. Will he get a shot to get hurt, though? They quite a bit. 70. Yep. Oh, damage has been done. This raid control, kind of a recall master, playing so well as he cleaned them up one by one.
That's a tough break for the side of Victorious Sumus. I mean, then again, it was the eco round. They only had the one AK, and their only hope was if God's Reign were rushing down that banana position, but they didn't. Always the choice made. I think you can also credit a lot of that to the calling that Bobby has been offering to the team. This guy has been reading the setup so well on the CT side. God's Reign back on their comfortable position. Molly on towards that far side, putting 3 people to defend that B side alone. While the rest of the players on Victorious Sumus trying to find themselves a miracle. Back into the launch. Smokes on down, Molly in, and Finn just cooks benzene Then again, that's also one of their highly rated players on Victoria's Summit side. But you cook him with a molly, it's not a good sign moving forward.
Yeah, that guy got roasted. That was a huge fault for sure. Although, I think you dying from that is already a bit of a concern of mine, as you already find another 7 under them. R2B2 and Riven getting the kill towards Rico Master. 4 of B2 already, and like I said, dying from a molly, burning yourself down. I think communication-wise, maybe it's not working. The confidence, bit shaky as it's the first match in the series. You can really tell, right, that this is not normally what would happen to you.
Yeah, I mean, usually
The
somebody
nerves?
else would be primed up for the smoke. I mean, if you remember, Benzine wasn't alone there, so Razor would have had an opportunity to use the smoke, try to see if he can just take a molly, then the chance. But Champ actually does a pretty good job of neutralizing the economy, a bit of damage. Not done. Out of God's Rain, they're happy round. Even happier if he actually gets looked at. Babi staying on. A second from Babi as well. Oh, goes from bad to worse. Insult to injury for the side of Victoria's Summit. They would have been so happy to take more guns into the next round, but now that they all got neutralized, everyone's gonna have to save.
That's gotta hurt. It's a tall mountain to climb now as God's Rain. You can tell the momentum is there. And it's just continuing to pile up and build up more. The nerves are probably affecting the Victoria's Summit. It's not doing them any favor. You can't get the hold or a single grasp into this map number 1 and could just continue to be dominating from God's Rain's side, because you can tell they're just playing with pure confidence.
Peeking into every corner and fired up. Well, it's the namesake, and he's staying true to it. Definitely is on one right now. Picked up his 6th kill. R2B2 with the support as well. Definitely sharp for everybody across the board for God's Rain. As the defense heralded up, also put into question because of the department's push. I mean, God's Rain, they're fighting every single flaw across the internal map. Spot out Rebin, working in the shadows, actually gets spotted out. Might do a little bit of damage. As for Arakeen and Benzine, they do steal 2 guns. He's opened an opportunity for a clutch, but Finn, he was there, he was ready. Already finding out where Benzine is going to be coming from. He has 34 HP left, but nothing more to be said.
Benzine, you know, like you said, he is a good aimer, a good fragger, but let's see how much he can get out of this. As God's Rain, they are hunting him down. If they can find him, tiny pixel perfect. As Babi just spots him out. Had the best angle there just to wipe him under the floor or, you know, in the garden. As God's Rain continued to dominate. 6-1. Victoria's Summit, I mean, we gave them a possibility down, but I don't know if it's just overconfidence or not. That this map alone, like we said, is the map for God's Rain. The favorite map to play on.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about a lot of things other than, you know, the flaws that I could see from that map. You know, I mean, the shot from Revan. Oh, that could be the talk of the town. Through the smoke as well. It's almost like he expected Benzine to be on top of that, but definitely did not recall Master. He's just good with the 1-for-1 trade-off. I mean, they're going to be happy walking away with at least a little damage. Razor. It's going to take a miracle for them to climb out of this deficit, and they're sure as hell going to be happy with a seed of doubt. Hang on to this 3 versus 4 with Banana also taken from the CT side.
Yeah, we're seeing signs of life this time for Victoria's Summit with an operator hand for Rico Master. So deadly defense here as they wrap up towards a Banana, hoping to see if they can find anything on the B side. And I think there's a call that they might even go A, because we can see where Raken is currently on right now. They are going to stack up on A instead and just leave one player, which is Champs, just around the corner. Can he make or break it for the side of Victoria's Summit? Did he know he's there? Doesn't seem like so. I think it's just
An open bomb plant, smoked off CT. no choice to run over to the B side. I mean, Victor Sumus, they do have the man count advantage. They're running out of util. They're running out of time. Only one kit on Razor. They have to be wary about that. Flash on in. Champ, the first contact, finding them over at the side of the map. Arican, he's patrolling them, spotting out Revan. Arican did not expect the other guy inside Dark, but in the end, they're able to stave off the defense on the bomb. It is a 2-6 for Victor Sumus. A breakthrough could possibly be in the making as they secure themselves a second round win.
Yeah, you gotta hand it them when you do have the numbers. You gotta get the buddy system, right? You swing left, I swing right, we double peek. You know, we trade each other, and that's the number one thing that you like to see coming from Victor Sumus. You gotta trade each other. You can't just both die as you peek. And pre-firing the angles is definitely something that you should be doing. And it goes to show that he finally set foot, signs of life from Victor Sumus, showing us that they're still in it. You know, it's still too early to call it God's Reign over advantages. Recoil Master gets a few towards a couple of players.
Another molly that they put up for themselves, just so that they could limit the options, limit the push shot over to the banana control. Recoil Master. Smoke on towards that side. I think it's a one-way for them. If they cross onto the mid side, R2B2 has to be careful about this. That's why he's just holding the passive control. Meanwhile, fired up the secure apartment. Arican will not react in time, so they exchange more util, more mollies. But in the next coming round, they're going to be depleted off of that. A-side could be easier to take just because of that.
One more pickoff for them is already enough for them to actually just enter towards the side. This does seem like A-side is taking their sweet time as fired up. Jiggle Peaks finds it. And now he's looking for more. Is there only one player left? It's the V-Op Recoil Master. Just around the corner. He does out. Finds one already. R2B2. What? Revan just far behind. Able to grab a kill. So A-side is open, and that leads the team to roam around. As we do see Bavi just waiting for them to rotate.
I think he's just busy calling for the team to actually keep themselves on A-side, just so they could ground up to the bomb, plant down to the objective. And by this point, Benzine and Champ aren't even thinking about rotating around that side of the map. I mean, they've lost so much. They've used a lot of their util anyways, so this buddy system will just entail towards the future wherein they save up the guns that they have for the next round. I mean, I'm not gonna fault it, because God's Reign have been doing a really good job of neutralizing the entry points that they have been taking, getting individual frags as well, which you could credit to Fired Up for the multiple attempts that he's had over that apartments. And this playstyle of God's Reign, I like this, just and find a way on resetting the economy on the A side, spraying onto the smoke as well. We get Benzine, not Champ, so that AK is gonna do a lot of things into the next round. But at what cost?
But at what cost? Exactly. Their economy has always been in shambles, as you can see in our own screens. Up and down and down and down and down it goes. It's not looking good, especially when God's Reign are dominating them single-handedly, really well, and understanding once you get a side, you don't necessarily have to be everybody. There could always be someone at the back end of things. As Recoil Master, it does get something out of his operator.
The op's gonna be a lot of for God's Reign so far, and it's a good thing that Victor Sumus are able to answer towards Riven. Pick onto the mid side, yep. That will do a lot of damage onto the God's Reign positions. And the smoke on towards that banana side as well, just so that he could try to limit the options over towards that God's Reign side. But I like the patience from Finn, because in a lot of the situations where God's Reign have been thwarted a push, they leave one player behind over towards the smoke, and trying to lay a lot of that information to give a lot more presence for Bavi as the caller to actually set the master plan for the squad. And what does it look like right now? Just leave Finn on an island, let him call the attention of everybody else on towards that B-side extremity, while God's Reign Their master plan is in full effect, just take control of that mid side and find an individual duel that Recall Master has to win.
I don't think they got a good read here. They thought it was going to be towards the B like he said. Finn, he's just a bait. They just think they're going to go be entering B side, but it's actually going to be an A as they do get a couple of kills here as Finn will fall down. Straight off. Behind them, Rico Master is there with an operator and Razor from above and towards apartment. Because Rico Master, I mean, Razor's already been found out and towards apps. He has to be a bit more careful, wait for Champ to push alongside him and cover those corners as he rushes towards him. Underneath him, actually, is where Fired Up is.
I mean, it's a 2v2. Duel free to side. Navi, he was in a good position. Champ would not expect that at all. It's a 1v2 now for Razor. He gets spotted and Fired Up. He was ready for it, prepared for the angle. And either way, he would have made noise, so the positions for both players on God's Reign, definitely a lot of value into that round. The corners of that boiler position and inside of that sort of pivot onto the site itself was what made a good effect on God's Reign's end. It's an 8-2 scoreline for the attack so far. And it's off the charts in terms of their positioning, in terms of their chemistry together. It shows a lot of good effect from their communication as a team.
I mean, there's a reason why they are the veterans in God's Reign, right? They are the top dogs in South Asia. And it goes to show, Benzine, don't tell me, he definitely saw that, right? What when he jumped? It doesn't seem so! Spin picks them off, he gets another! This guy's unstoppable! B-side! You know, I think it's just back there. I got this. And Spin open. This guy has been holding B or taking B side just by himself numerous times.
I mean, this guy's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, he can do everything. Lurk around the shadows, entry on into the side, we go Master. Does fire off in the end, but R2B2 is always good to trade. Damage done. A good spray on by Arakan. A 1v3 in hand. Very low HP on this guy. Has to do the impossible. But where could he go at this point in time? Has to fight off against the AWP of Revan, who's almost supposedly in the spotted position. The headshot perfect. But the damage, again, dealt with by Bavi, the leader, the captain of the squad. God's Reign showing a lot of promise into this first half. Their T side almost flawless. And I do say so myself.
You gotta start scratching your head here for Victorious Summons. If you're not gonna stop their momentum right now, I don't know what else to say when the second half comes. It just feels like doomsday already is happening here. As I see the chicken. Look at the chicken.
Ooh.
No, I ran away. No. Feels like what Victorious Summons wants to do as well. Run away from this map because it's not working in their favor. Benzine, he rushed in. He said, "You know what? It's my time to go commando. Flashed up. I don't care. I see everybody." As he grabs kills after kills. And I think this is what we needed to see coming from Victorious Summons. It's that confidence. Just pushing in, fighting, taking those duels. As he has a numbers advantage. Again, Razor this time. Getting R2B2 caught off guard. Revan is left alone. And I don't know. Revan.
Just at this point, Revan.
Killed, but yeah, one man. Is that enough? I mean, if Victorious Summons loses this up against one guy, I don't know, Ramon.
1v4. Revan with an AK-47 in hand. He had the op, but he decides not to give up. The best weapons on the CT side for Victorious Summons now. 30 seconds for him as well. If I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have the bomb on his boat. Yeah, he does actually. Apartment's push. Nobody on pit. And the only guy that can get first contact is Razor, so this fight is open plant. No, it's not. A 3-9 half for the side of God's Reign, with Victor Summers coming up with the last laugh. Man, I mean, how do I summarize that round altogether? It's full confidence required out of the CT side of Victor Sumus. I mean, started with a really good entry for Benzene when he had full control on that banana position, and it was supported by the smokes and the utility being pressured on from that car side. I mean, if that doesn't get you pumping, then by all means, please do it multiple times in a row.
That actually, that's what I was hoping for Victor Sumus. You know, that confidence is what we needed, and it looked like he just did it when it's all said and done. Maybe this time around, though, as the tables have turned, will their confidence continue to push forward? It's gonna get off guard here and towards mid. The tools are there. Gonna go for a system here, buddy system on towards the side, and a Revan getting 2 kills. P3 no gets shut down. But nonetheless, Benzene is alone as he is stuck in a corner where he does not want to be in.
I wouldn't want to be in this position if I had this position itself. Then, well, the dualies are gonna pick it up. You know, in a different FPS, we could call this the 3-9 curse after that first half, but it's kind of difficult to count out God's Rain right now because look at how confident they are, just pushing as a unit. It's trying to see if they can catch them off from heaven, isolating each target one bullet at a time. The USB control from this guy has been superb. And I'm not going to be surprised if he keeps translating that to different guns. He did that to the op. He did it now with the USP.
And pure confidence this time now for the side of God's Ring. You have the gun advantage. Already taking control of Banana. Waiting for them to maybe push out. Even shoot a smoke. Even almost gets a kill. The freaking almost dead. But the answer back with a flash. And the shots have been fired. Hoping to rush towards the B side if they can. Or just get the gun and run away. Pray for another day, and Razor, he gets one, but that could be enough. Damage may have been done. Let's go for the repeat. We're gonna play for the duels. Hopefully, play with the number advantage that he has with the gun as well. I reckon getting one, and getting another. Revan Flash could not see a single thing. Fired up, left alone in an island where he does not want to be. This was their bonus. He's gonna shoot from far away. Gets the kill towards Recall Master, but this time around, though, Victor Sumus, they were able to grab some guns in their name. And a lot of information have been heard with pesky footsteps there. So there you have it, round 1.
Off the back of, you know, it's a bit of luck, a bit of skill, and really good reaction for Victor Sumus at that point in time. And if you remember, it was also a pretty bad push for one of these players. I believe it was Revan who initiated that push on that banana side, and he really called for much after that. I mean, the flash was there, but he also got countered because of the pistols coming out for them, and Mac 10 also. Really good punish, also from that banana push. I mean, Navi calling for the util, calling for anybody else to keep their grounded on that A side position. I mean, you know the util is coming. That's when you realize that the smokes could be enough for you to actually hold as his solar anchor. Now he has to be careful. Only keeping the smoke, or only using the smoke to keep him as company. The solar anchor onto the site itself.
Yeah, that was an interesting nade from Bavi. It actually just hits the roof. He was hoping it would fall towards car, but it didn't, sadly. Would have hit quite a lot of players there, but nonetheless, you know, Victor Sumus, they're playing the split game here, what God Rain has been doing. So it's going to take some time before they can set foot into this. And you see the boost right there, Ramon? This is what I wanted to see coming from Victor Sumus when they're going for a B push whenever God's Rain do that. Because up there, usually that's where the information. As Arakan tried to make as much noise as he can to draw the attention from God's Rain, as there's only one player there, which is fired up. Just around the corner. He sees how low. Oh, he's blinded. Could not see a thing.
What a perfect flash from Recall Master. I mean, now this is the time for Victor Sumus to actually plant the bomb down and actually make this 3 versus 3. Happened on their side. Champ CS, who finds a bit through towards that mid-top position, giving them opportunity to actually take this. And then on the side of God's Reign, flash in hand, push on in, AK-47 in check for R2B2. Finn to get another as R2B2 cleans house. What a retake for God's Reign. The split happening on both sides, but in the end, it is the CT side that actually claimed their victory with the 11th round win, thanks to R2B2's 3K. And a lot of support from Finn as well. This duo has been doing so much work when it comes towards these numbers, disadvantages. This time has been no different.
Looks like there's a lot of crash and burn here for Victorious Sumus, as yet again, it's been difficult to solve out how God's Reign has been playing in this map alone, and it's looking like they need to figure things out. They need to talk things through with the team and just play with pure confidence if they can. Even the pickoffs there, I think the difference between Finn and I believe Arakan is that Finn is waiting for the moment to come up, while Arakan tries to force the moment. Meanwhile, the flash towards Banana, and R2B2 just goes guns blazing to trade things off here, but Finn will be the one with the upper hand here as Recall Master is left alone. Let's try and make something happen in that smoke, but it is looking rather grim and could set match point for God's Reign already.
I just really love the support play. The duo flash that R2B2 and Revan have put up for themselves. I mean, that banana position is looking as dangerous as ever when you're on the T side, when you're playing up against this duo. Good mollies in hand, and somebody who's that aggressive to take the initiative to sneak them down with the smoke up. Match point now for God's Reign. On again, the map pick that's picked up by Victorious Sumus on God's Reign's best map. I mean, it was a discussion from the very beginning that they picked this map, and maybe they didn't realize that God's Reign is this comparable for it.
Despite these gifts he can, even when R2B2's burning, he still gets his own kills! He finds two! He understands that there are the ones that have the upper hand, and I reckon, what can he do when he 2v1 and they're just waiting and pincering him? He sandwiches trapped between two players. Where shall he go is a question. He's gonna push this one out. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So let's see how that goes. Does it go at his end? This Fire is able to pick him off and dominately from God's Reign here up against Victorious Sumus.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, man, I mean, God's Reign has shown that in a pretty clean way. Their Inferno side, especially when they started on that CT position, was just top notch, man. I mean, if you contribute that with Babi's calling, the fragging out for both Finn on the lurks, as well as when we saw the opping from Revan on the CT side, especially, just showing a lot of promise. I mean, God's Reign on that Inferno map is looking pretty promising. But I think I missed our third brother in the broadcast test. So why don't we welcome back Talks as we further the conversation up in towards this Inferno map, man.
There was quite a match. I mean, it didn't feel like it was one-sided, honestly. It felt like at some point in the beginning, I felt like in the beginning, maybe Victor's could have done something, but I'll talk through this and let you know what you guys think about the matchup, because I believe in the CT side, Victors are playing very passively. I think there was one round where they actually managed to push Banana, get control of Banana. We've seen some pushes as well from Arch, but I do believe that this passive style, maybe it's not their style, but maybe it was forced upon them by God's Reign. JT, maybe you can tell me a little bit, what do you think about this point specifically?
Yeah, actually, I love that you said that, because the only time they actually pushed was when the half was gonna end, and that's when they looked the best. And I was like, why did you just bring this up now? Or was this the entire first half? Like, you guys were, doing well, and then somehow, like you said, they just played passive. They just played reacts, and that didn't help them at all. But when they started having their hands on the wheel, that's when things started looking good. And I just hoped that you did it sooner, because there was too much of an advantage already coming from God's Rain. They already built up that lead that he had, and they just could not stop it.
We're gonna go through the highlights, and we're not gonna talk much about it, just playing it and seeing how the rounds went on. Do you think, maybe this question is for you, Ramon, do you think God Rain, with that style of play, are they gonna dominate the second map as well?
I mean, I really do believe that their confidence is on a high right now. And remember, if you look at a freight train, would you really stop a freight train when it's going on in a continuous pace? I mean, it's going to be very difficult, especially when you have players like Finn, who you remember has been lurking all across the map, but he's been hunting for these kills left and right when they were on the T side. What more when he's on a map when he's very much enabled like Inferno? We saw that on full display here. What else could be different than the second map when they're already on a very hot streak right now?
Yeah, it's a bit tough losing your map pick 13-4. It's gonna hurt Team Victors. I do believe that. Also, we've seen a round where they've lost against 5-7s. I think that round also hurt them, because I felt like that was a very doable round for them, and maybe they could have made a comeback there. But seems like as well God's Rain on the CT were also quite strong. Moving on, I don't think there's much to talk about in fairness. It was like a pretty much one-sided map. Going into Ancient, which is the map pick of God's Rain. Now, this round also was quite crazy by Raven. I mean, who was kind of stuck in that corner and still managed to get 2 one-taps. But yeah, talking about Ancient here, I'll leave this for discussion to you guys. Now, the last time they played Ancient, it was 13-7, I think, or 13-6. But in the first half, when God's Rain were on the CT side, it was 6-6. Then they switched over the T side, it was 7-1. Do you guys feel like there's going to be a similar scenario here with this matchup? JT, maybe we'll go with you.
Yeah, it always feels like whenever the second half comes up, that's when they start losing their potential here. And well, I was hoping the improvement was going to be there. Yes, they are a bit some, but you can tell that they are a new team where the confidence is still lacking. The nerves are still there, especially in map number 1 that we saw. A very shaky performance on their end. So, when you're in a professional setup or when you're in tournament setup, you got to bounce back. You don't have to think about, like you said, map number 1, that's done and dusted. You just look forward and just hope the best that you pull what you get, because I believe that they still have something to show to us, and maybe this is the map where we'll see something different.
Yeah,
Ramon, do you agree with this?
Yeah, I actually wanted to add a little bit into this conversation. I mean, it's a good thing that for the side of Victoria Sumus, the right people are actually getting the kills that they needed, right? I mean, Arikan and Benzine have always been the top duo that has been talked about for this team to actually carry through. I want to see a little bit more out from Recall Master. He had a lot of good potential when he started opping on towards that CT position, right? But that passive potential for this team as a whole has been kind of hurting them in the rear at this point in time. On a map like Ancient, if they are going to be starting on that first half, I want to see a lot more proactiveness. Molly on elbow, push up onto that window spot, and possibly catch the rotation off guard. I mean, these types of plays will catch anybody off guard, honestly, if they're not too careful. And I really do see that potential come out from that team as well. So God's Rain, just for them, just smooth sailing from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see who is going to be on this CT or T side. I mean, we just received news there, and somehow, someway, whenever we have this GG League, it's one of the observers or admins' birthdays. Last time it was Zoro, this time it was Misty. These are some observers working in the studio. So happy birthday to Misty. I mean, he's a traitor. He went for the other side. He's no longer a ESL, but he's a good guy. Misty's a good guy. Yeah, so happy birthday to him. Yeah, so I'm looking at Ancients picked by God Rain. I would assume that Victors would pick CT side. I'm not quite sure. We'll get the info in a bit. But as you mentioned, Ramon, Ancient has that similar concept of Inferno, where Inferno, you take Banana, you take control of Banana, and now you have mid. You mentioned elbow. You mentioned the aggressiveness. I mean, I think if Victors, whether it's CT or T side, if they don't have that aggressiveness, I think this game is over.
Yeah, all they gotta do is just come out of the bed. You know, they just gotta rise up to the occasion, man. I mean, a few initiatives, mauling onto that one side of the corner and just push on. That's it. If they can't put their foot out of the door, then I don't see them winning. That's it.
JT, we talked about aggressiveness. Okay, this is an important point. Victors have to have it. What happens if Victors start off passive? Do you think there is some way? Actually, did we? I didn't realize, but did we see any tactical pauses there? I'm not sure, guys.
No.
not at all.
Nada.
I mean,
No, they just because it's like they were like, you know what? I'll you guys take Inferno. There's like no chances of coming back from the second half. You're like, there's nothing to talk about. Let's just go on and move to Ancient. And maybe that's where all the eggs are in the basket for them. Ancient is the one we're gonna do. But like you said, you just cannot play passive up against God's Reign. The moment you feel that pressure from God's Reign and you give up to it, that just diminishes the chances of you winning. And regardless of this, right, you take this as experience-wise. You know what? Okay, if this playstyle doesn't work, okay, let's change things up. Let's play this way. Let's play aggressive. Okay, that failed. Okay, let's do plan C. Like, what they did there was just reaction, and it felt like they were lost. So I'm hoping this time around they can change things up, communicate with one another, because I remember seeing one of your teammates die to 2 Molotovs that were thrown to him, and he was stuck there because he couldn't run backwards because his teammate was blocking him. So he just burned to that. So, like, communication is so important. At the same time, try different play styles. You just can't be sticking to one play style and you can clearly see it not work, right? You gotta be diverse. At the same time, have the communication between your team to really maximize the potential for finding those pickoffs and being able to play at your A game.
All right, so you guys, you gave your feedback. We, from a viewer's perspective, from looking at Inferno, we realize what is happening. You can always get the storyline from the first map. There's a team that's playing aggressive, taking control, and there's another team that's playing passive, not really getting any insights, and not getting any info, playing passively, playing from behind. We didn't see even like Crossfires were a bit weak as well. So Ancient, I think I just got the information that Victors are starting on the CT side. So this is important information. Starting on the CT side. Now, do we play aggressive? Do we take mid every round? Or do we play passive? We just let them take mid and we rely on, our Crossfires on the back of the side. What do you think, Ramon?
I want to see a double ramp push in synchronization with possibly another duo taking that mid-side aggress. I mean, I think FaZe Clan were also one of the teams that pioneered the double ramp push, and I could very well see VSB, one of those teams, actually take that kind of strategy and move on forward. But that will only happen if they're the ones initiating it. So that's it. Like, literally, push. That's it.
JT, when I used to compete back in the day, I had, I was an A-side player most of the time, and my teammates had, some of them playing in B-side, but there was always one guy giving the calls. It's not the IGL, it's actually whoever is holding that side. You gotta have that personality, that strength and confidence to give a call like, hey guys, let's push ramps. Like they said, the double push ramp, and maybe the A guys were like, okay guys, let's push maybe donut on the round that's after. Do we have that element in Victors? Do you feel like there is someone giving these calls, JT?
I feel like that's what's missing. Like that star power between the players, it feels like it diminishes the moment the advantages are towards God's Reign. And like, I do like what Ramon said, like every time I've played Counter-Strike here in Dubai, CSGO, we always get +2 for some reason in ranked games back in the day. And it's always like, if all plans fail, rush B. So right, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Like if it's not working, you do something that just try it out, see if it works, and if it works, it works. If it ain't broke, why stop, right? So we gotta see something out of the playbook that they have and just see what they can make out of it.
All right, thank you so much, JT and Ramon, and I'll thank you once again because I'm leaving as well. So you guys can take over, and hopefully we see a better game 2 here. Hopefully taking us to map 3. Ancient, it's all yours.
Look, I kind of wanna take a topic out of the box and just say that I love hearing Toxie's insight whenever we go into the game. It's just so helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to love the guy, right? But it seems like predetermined when I said rush B. They are getting ready to enter towards that fight. I mean, it's one of my favorite things. You know, why is what's gonna happen here. As R2B is leading a charge, gets a kill with Finn with assist as they are blinded. Doesn't really work in their favor, but Finn again just the aim here. As the dual Berettas, Recoil Master hoping to find something out of it. As a clear clash between the two and the reload. Worst timing ever. As Finn, like you said, Mr. Consistent. Really good there, controlling or even taking that B side.
Don't you just hate it when you're in the middle of a multi-frag, your USP runs out, 12 bullets in the chamber. That's the difference between holding a Glock and a dualies, where the dualies have 30 bullets, the Glock has 20, and your USP, yes, it one taps, but it has 12. This guy has been hitting frags all day, but could not convert onto Finn, who has been doing a heck of a good job of using the running accuracy of that Glock to perfection. Just taking that ramp control early on, and as you said, it's a rush B strategy that somehow Victorious Sumus actually expected, but never actually won. So God's Reign, yeah, just rushing on down, just exchanging gunfire over at a donut position. Plant coming down as well for God's Reign.
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards. Let's fire it off. He's gonna rush in towards those two players. Fired up indeed as he just got bullets through their bodies. This is looking for more jumps around, bunny hops, and a jump shot there, but R2B defines it. Okay, what they were doing, Ramon? They were like, you know, like tadpoles, where they're stacked against up each other and side in A. That was what Victorious Sumus was doing. They were like tadpoles on towards the A side. They were like, you know what, guys, we don't have the guns. Let's just stick in A and just hope for the best that someone pushes us. But what they didn't know, they're gonna get pushed from behind. So they really worked out in their favor. But yep, this time around though, it's the buy round.
Yep, and the only time that these guys are gonna start rushing, Victorious Sumus taking the challenge up onto the mid-side. R2B2, a bit of damage on towards the teammate, but in the end, they do get K control. They got Champ actually getting the blind frag onto Revan as well. Babby with trade up as God's Reign wreaking havoc all across B, while on the other side we call Master. Pulls out the Utsu at the worst possible time. And Finn with a collateral as well. We'll get a 3-0 for God's Reign. The worst case scenario for Victor Sumus. That was the buy round. Let me remind you, and God's Reign were running at it with AK-47s all across that map. The split up was just impeccable.
I mean, we did say play aggressive, and they did play aggressive here, but that's coming from Victorious Sumus' defenders. What they didn't know is the way God's Reign move around the map, there's always someone watching their backs. And just having that there out in the open, that is what Victorious Sumus did not expect.
Absolute domination over at that buy round. God's Reign, we have a 5-7 in tech, the Mac 10. Able to do a lot of damage on, fired up. Keeping true to his namesake, taking control of B. Again, pushing onto the smoke, another for fired up as well. This guy wants to keep laying the law all over that B site as R2B2, the lurk. And not only the lurk, he's also taking the fight to them, but gets taken off immediately as Arakan will rely on his 5-7 to get himself an upgrade over to the mid side.
Yeah. I thought what's happening here. From behind, Arakan is able to at least get a kill from a 1v2. It does have the upgrade, right? The gun upgrade. One of the star players going for Victorious Sumus. Let's see what he can pull off for the team if he can find an inkling. As communication-wise, God's Reign, they're playing picture perfect with their double peaks, the jiggle peaks, or even just getting information. They've been doing tremendously well, so it's gonna be pretty surprising to see on how Arakan answers this back as the plan is out in the open. Gonna be able to spot him out immediately. Oh, if he takes a look, he's gonna be found, but he gets the kill first. Riven wasn't looking at the right time. Oh, the bomb's gonna explode though. So it's too late now to say sorry. Might as well save the gun if he can, but dies in the end.
Bit of a winnable position. If I was Arakan at that point in time, he had the smoke and he decided to smoke off that main position. He could have actually used it on a bomb and tried to smoke plant. He already got the one fight, and I think the situation would not have been any different if he played it that way, but well, already used the util, already attempted to go on towards that 1v2 scenario, which he wasn't able to win. 1-0 now for God's Reign as they rush on down to the B side yet again. They're
Look at this, Bobby!
The shot on down from Babby as well. Rico Master, all that he can do is try to trade it off. And a 1-for-1 op in hand, fired up, holding the op himself. He is not the one who is expecting champs. Yes, he's using the smokes to his advantage. As they also double cross him more towards that side of the map. Finn decides that he wants to lay the gun law over towards that mid top position, but
this could be bigger.
Oh, he's split up.
Racket from behind. Oh, the flick! Oh, Rico Master could not find it, but Arakan again. Like I said, the lurk, the rat. They don't know. He's getting information. Oh, look at that! He gets one down, finds another, and that's where the bomb is gonna be. Finn, left alone, does not have the bomb in his hands. Is he gonna just take control of it? Oh, that was a big wraparound, and it did wonders for them.
It's going to be hard since it's already on top of that double doors position. And Finn has to win out that first gunfight. Arakan already spots it out, especially with the audio cue. And Finn, his position is noted. That's why Champ he doubled up over at that gate position. Molly's out, util in hand. 30 seconds to win the gunfight. And Finn is not even given the duel. Molly on down 1 and 2. What is that spray from Finn? That would have been the 1v3 clutch, but in the end, Razor is able to get that first round on the board for Victorious Sumus. But that would have been a sick clutch. Starting up with that double transfer. The champ CS using the utility against his own opponents. That is a good round of CS for VS.
And this is the play that I want to see. He knew where the last player is going to be. Pre-fires it. Could have been magical there for Finn. Honestly, very close. But yet again, Victorious Sumus finally putting a foot on board this game. And from behind though, they don't check it. Baffy shots them down, read them like a book. And now God's Reign, they are in advantage here in terms of the numbers.
Gotta give credit over to an aggressive pushdown. This is what I like to see, right? Initiating fights. And not letting God's Reign get the space. Now falling down towards the push onto the donut position. It's a 3 versus 4. And Lone relied upon Arakan. That smoke. And that Molly actually does a bit of damage.
Yeah, I came back.
The entry. Babby first contact in. And the spray is perfect. Headshots through. That M4 is singing to the hands of one of the experienced players on for Summons and Champ. He did not have the timing. Recall Master actually gets the trade-off. 2 versus 1. The Opper holding the AK in hand for God's Reign will have to do wonders to claim up this 1v2 clutch yet again.
Yeah, they decided to just regroup, guys. Like, it's not working out. Let's regroup and just play with the numbers advantage. Don't go for the 1v1s, because if you let them go for the 1v1s, Revan might even surprise you on winning that duel out. So he's walking his way towards the B side. As Rico Master, Rakin, these are the 2 players you don't want to play up against in a situation like this where they can really just turn the tides towards their favor. So let's see how Riven will be playing this. Is he going to be playing it smart? Is he going to wrap around, turn around, pull a magic trick out of nowhere? That's the question here, Ramon. Because he does hear utils being used. Oh, he's going to be pushed out here.
Can he push it up? Molly in hand. Ooh,
Now you know where he is. He gets
in. And a 1v1 Anakin. I don't think he has the op. I don't think he has the time. Whoa, a headshot! And Revan wins the 1v2 clutch. The patience from this man is on top, 5-1. God's reign. Off the back of Revan, his good decision making. He actually had an opportunity to wrap around that cave position. He heard the smoke, so he assumed that position, the position that he was going to take the cave side, is not the best spot to be in. So he decided to wrap around, use the molly to at least bait them out. See, they even peeked them on, even though they put the molly down. That was perfect.
Yeah, it was all set up for him. Although recipe for disaster for Victorious. They had the smoke ready. Instead of putting it towards the bomb, put it somewhere else, proper angles. But regardless of that, R2B2 and fired up. Like these guys, he just run and gun, not afraid, as he just shuts them down so quickly with pure confidence, and that's what you love to see. On a 4v3 right now. They are taking the side towards B, spamming the smokes, hoping to get a lucky shot. But regardless though, you don't necessarily have the guns at the side of Victorious Sumus.
No, definitely not. No kit in hand either. So all they can hope for is exits, which are not going to be granted to them. R2B2 with the frag on. So exchange their weaponry. Shots it through, and Finn able to double cross them down again. The double all the way towards that elbow spot. As God's reign are winning every gunfight, and although it is the eco round for the side of VS at that point, they're kind of dwindling with the amount of attempts that they've had in rushing down sites. I mean, I could see like the attempts made from the early rounds, but this game has been going longer. I'm seeing them less and less.
Yeah, it almost feels like history is repeating itself yet again. The control is using on towards God's reign, and Rico Master gets shot but will get blinded. Does not stop them at their tracks, and we have the side immediately, Ramon, in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah. It's good smokes all across too. CT, Temple, and Donut also locked away in their positions. They're gonna have to wait out a lot of time before they will be able to even attempt the retake scenario. Good thing they got the smoke down onto the main side.
Using as much utils as they can to shot them off if it's possible. But the shots, are they connecting? Champs able to get one kill. Meanwhile though, the spray, it's not gonna be there. It's only able to find one R2B2 and co. They're hoping to just get the ninja defuse. It's not gonna work out. But Benzine chasing Finn. It doesn't matter. He's gonna go for the defuse, but it's just too late. Finn closes it out. 7-1, Ramonen. What is happening to Victorious Sumus?
You know what's happening to God's reign right now?
Okay,
Finn
go ahead.
has
Tell me.
14 kills. Finn has 14 kills. This guy has been on one since Inferno, and he has been clutching up in a lot of situations where he shouldn't have won a lot of these duels. I mean, Victorious Sumus, they have been trying so hard to take that mid-side fight, but they couldn't get any value out of mollying up that elbow position. They couldn't get any first blood. It always falls down to how God's reign have been adapting to every sort of situation, and they start again with the cave push. They're all trapped inside sight. They're boxed in.
Oh, they're hoping to play really close if they can. It's gonna be hard to shoot that from a faraway angle as they're able to trade things off immediately. I reckon. Can he at least do something for the team? The flash will be there. He's not gonna be flashed out though. Feed gun if he can take it, and Champ. Kill that rather big. He was trying to get a gun right in front of him, but he could not convert it. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Their neck is just around the corner though. He shots him down. Oh, there we have it, Victorious Sumus. Something out of nowhere, a miracle is happening. As fired up is the lone survivor here for God's reign. But still, you have to pull a lot more miracles for them to keep up the pacing up against God's reign.
he saw the smoke onto the cave position, so he didn't need to full clear it because Victor Sumus would not have smoked that if they had somebody inside of that site. So he knows that they're both going to come up on that CT side. They don't put the smoke down. They decide to put the molly on towards that ramp side. No util in hand. He just used the molly to buy time, but fired up. That's one. And Champ's trying to push it in. Next to him in the
Not
gunfight.
again, Ramon.
Not a cover, but no time. They don't have the kit. They don't have the smoke. They have nothing. God's Reign have won out another round.
When you think that they finally have it in their hands, they keep losing it. The grasp is not there. It's a slippery slope here for Victor Sumus. These 2v1s that he had, that he should be winning technically, they have not. The molly towards ramp, it just did not hit that tiny corner. And that was just enough for God's Reign just to take the round for them. It's so tragic for Victor Sumus. Honestly, I don't know what else can you do when God's Reign, they're playing their game, and it goes to show the veterans why they are a team to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, winning out these 1v1s is definitely something that they have been looking for time and time again. Fired up. We'll get shaded up by Champ CS. That mid-top position looking so scrumptious. The push from Benzine. And this guy has been initiating the fights. However, he could not finish them. Recall Master, the up in hand. Arikan with the double up again. This is at least a silver lining for their side, as they're now initiating the duels.
They pass by each other. Can go back again. Oh, R2B2 did not expect. That's how we push through the smoke, and he will fall down 2-8. And the first half is almost done and dusted. I mean, you gotta win as much rounds as you can just to, climb closer to the advantage that God's Reign have. Maybe this is the inkling that we've been looking for Victor Sumus. I'm not sure, but Rico Master on his up this time is showing answers.
Yeah. And this is like a pretty good change-up compared to how he performed on the Inferno map. He's hitting a lot of his op shots. This is finally the breakthrough that they're looking for. They have lost the previous round, and now they're rushing into the M4A4s. And Benzine keeping himself going. Second frag out as well. As Recall Master is following up. That's 3 kills in a blink of an eye. I mean, I'm saying this as it is. They needed the first 2 rounds to be that close. And even though they lost one of the few ones, they made it so the economy of God's Reign has quickly dwindled down to a number. 1v5, Tech 9 for Finn. Head up on the mid side, but Tech 9's not going to do anything. When Arikan holding up the high ground, a 3-8 for Victor Sumus. Pretty similar, but with the momentum shifting on towards the CT side, I mean, I think I prefer this over what I saw from Inferno.
Could even possibly be a 4-8 here, Ramon, just because of the economy coming from the side of God's Reign. It's in shambles. They don't have anything. They're almost as broke as me.
See, this is what you get for spending a lot of your time buying those Dota 2 skins.
No. Maybe. But it doesn't matter. As Recall Master playing aggressive as he can. As Razor also checking around corners, he's pushing it, he's hoping to get those shots fired. Will he be able to find it? To go for the reload, but thankfully the savior is there from just behind him where Champs was. So they do have the advantage. 4 versus 1. This half, it's in their hands. There's no way unless Riven somehow wins it out, which I think 99% he's not. But there's always that 1%.
True. Deagle full armor, and the closest gun that he has is all the way up on that ramp spot. I also like that they're also doubling up on the same position just so that they could counter back every single angle. Revan is also walking up on that ramp side, almost so close to the gun, and this is the perfect timing to pick it up because Deagle Master decided to push up on that cave side. I think it's an M4A1S for him, so a better gun compared to the Deagle. He's creeping up. They expect him to come out of that door, but he's actually this Champ at least. The one just below the player playing up on top, able to get themselves the last frag to to end off that first half in regulation. An 8-4 scoreline for Victor Sumus. And as we mentioned, that momentum at least climbing up a bit. A few frags at least getting up over from Champ. And he's not the guy you usually see fragging up on the server. It's usually Benzine and Arikan. But now he's climbing up on the leaderboard pretty well.
Yeah, he's definitely stepping up here. I reckon with 11 frags and Champ on 15. He's been being the savior at certain times when, ironically, someone is reloading from his team. So they answer it back. And yet again, we have Rushby strategy here. As Victor Summers is hoping to just take control of things, but the flashes, we can't see it down. Totally, but right around the corner, that's where Victor Summers are gonna push in. And they're playing as a hyper aggressive as they can, and I love it. I'm loving every single bit of this. As they're taking control.
We also find out where R2B2 is. He was the one trying to crawl up on that mid-window position. The Glocks already making their presence, but the USP has sounded off from Revan. They already got control of the bomb. They also got Revan on a double. That's actually a little position. Now that Arikan is in the server and handing kills off one by one, it's a double from Arikan to end off a 5-8 scoreline. So far, this pistol, the second half, their T side at least is looking much better compared to their Inferno map. I mean, back-to-back B-site pistols. Something that has been called upon by the legendary caster JT.
I am looking for, this momentum coming from Victor Summers if they can continue riding it. Because the moment that God Rain gets the advantage that they're looking for, they're not going to stop. Like you said, you're not going to stop a train, are you? It's impossible to do, and you're just going to get hurt. But this time, it almost feels like, Victor Summers are hijacking that train. They're trying to be the ones who are in the driver's seat this time. It does seem like the possibility will be there on their A-side push. As long as they're able to get their utilities set forward for this, and they do. It's going to be rather big here, Ramon. It's going to be a big clash.
Yeah, and they start off really well. Mac 10 entry, a recall master. That's the Galil. Perfectly placed on that side of the map. The temple position also looking prime up as recall master. He is looking to get more. They're lucky enough to get themselves multiple frags in a row, but Victor Summers are happy to take the winning ones as they plant on down to the A site. Finn all alone on an island. He runs away from the abundance of utility and weapons away from Victor Summers, who are looking to build themselves up after a very, very good Inferno map from God's Reign. It's almost like I'm looking at the change of form for Victor Summers right now. I mean, Recall Master has been doing really well on the entries this point in time, and Champ CS is also looking so consistent this time.
Yeah, they might have found the Achilles heel coming from God's Reign, the weak point. And they just have to take advantage of it and just continue doing the driving force. Although, Recall Master falling down there. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna hurt a bit, but it's okay. Economy-wise, I think he's still fine, right, buddy? Someone's gonna buy him a gun. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Yeah. It's kind of like a bite from an ant. You feel it, but it's not really by that
I don't
much.
think he'd die from a bite. Because he died.
Maybe like a fire ant, multiple fire ants,
It's just gonna be itchy. Okay, multiple maybe. Anyway, we're gonna get back to the game here. As it looks like a different side to see from God's Reign as they're taking mid control quite heavily this time around. Not gonna give it to them at all. Still, the flashes, I love the YouTube plays and the team up, the duo. They're making it work. Razor and Champ, I got your back, buddy. And they're making wonders.
Oh, the series is looking highly competitive after a bit of a resurgence from the second half. Champ CS, he spots out at least Rin. And they need to use a lot of util just to fish him out from that house position. And what a shot! All the way from window as well. Finn will not expect that. He thought he was safe. He thought that he was already covered up because of the wall, but just as the smoke dissipates, that perfect Galil shot all the way from Champ has been doing numbers all across over to the God's Reign positions. What did he do now? They leave R2B2 inside that cave position. They push up onto him. He's going to be in a rude awakening. The recall master. And the upshot as well. But Benzene has opened the door. And that B side looking wide open.
And I love the way they're playing this. They're already setting up a flank watcher here, which is going to be Razor. He's just waiting for the perfect opportunity, seeing on where the push is going to be. Flex is going to be wrapping around the further route here. Or further route, I may say so myself, as Riven wants to save that up, but yet again, he doesn't know Champ is from behind. They do get that kill, and it goes to show, Victorious Summons do say, gods in fact do bleed. As they're making them bleed tremendously, and the more blood you lose, you're gonna be in the deadly doors there. You don't wanna crash and burn up against Victorious Summons, would you? But nonetheless, always gonna be rooting for the underdogs to show a piece of work, because like I said, this is so different from Inferno.
Yeah. And to just set the pace of this game, remember God's Reign has been heralded as one of the best Indian teams. Victorious Summons is an Indian team right now, and they're handing it to God's Reign right here on Ancient. As Finn, he wants to open the conversation. He wants to remind everybody that sometimes gods, well, they can sometimes surprise you at times like these. When they're on the equal rounds and they push you on towards that main position, I mean, even I wouldn't expect that. I mean, Finn got on the shot. They also rotate on towards the B site entirely because they only saw one player hold up on that stair side. Maybe a bit of a regroup could be in order for Victorious Summons. And the upshot for Recall Master could be everything if they catch out the lone guy that is Finn inside of that donut spot.
And imagine if Finn actually gets the kill first, then finds the pixel, finds his leg. Yeah, just showing on the corner. And it goes to show, you know, they still have the advantage here, but couldn't really count God's Reign out. Unless Racket says hello, he is in the server. R2B2 getting kills with Riven as well. Okay, dwindling the numbers down. He finally places the AK on their hands onto one Riven. Spray control, will it be there? The pistol again? Not like this! You shouldn't lose like this, Benson! Oh my lord! Fired off! Godly play here!
He had a 5-7! And he had to wait for his teammate to die before he could make some action, and he actually pulled it off. He was against an AK, and he got pressured to push on to the optimal angle, the optimal range of that pistol. 2 headshots was all it needed. The first tactical timeout called just because of that round. Victorious Summons need to think about that. That was a very well-placed shot onto the donut position that caught Finn off guard, opened up the site itself. Once they were able to actually find an opening angle for them, and that was through that default box. I mean, that's where they surprised them. That's where the 5-7 struck. I mean, fired up. And looking to wreak havoc all across the second half. I mean, it's pretty dire for God's Reign, and it's kind of ironic considering how they played up until this point.
I'm so stupid. Who needs guns? Who needs AKs? Who needs M4s? 5-7s is all we need. God's Reign. Somehow from an eco, they won it out, and I'm just surprised to see the results that just came out. Regardless, though, Araken's still in his server saying hello. I'm not gonna give it to you scot-free. He says he's gonna fight back. Oh, the timing! Oh my lord, the timing!
No,
that's gotta hurt.
Oh, you feel that any sort of day of the week, man. I mean, every Faceit player, every Premier guy can relate to what just happened. Holding an angle until you pull out the util. That's when they peak. That's when he dies. Push up on that cave side as well, and Revan has called on R2D2 to double up on that position itself. Bavi and R2D2, they get more over on that window side. 2v3 this time as Razor tries to open the door. Sees one over at that cave side, but I think because of the molly, they have to give up the angle. I don't think they have to contest this time.
Yeah, they can't. And now it's just a moment of time and where they're going to be pushing in. the B side is not necessarily the easiest side for them to enter. Though util wise, they do have a couple of smokes still remaining on their side of things. It's just a matter of how they use it and how they make him play. But Benson, he it feels like he's just gonna push. He doesn't care. I don't think they know that this is gonna be happening. The confidence on this man. Gonna get that smoke up and running. R2B, though he does get the kill. He doesn't really check the corners. As the Riven's just around in the corner, but R2B is the one able to shot them out. Okay, maybe Godzilla was like, psych, we're not gonna let you get the game. No, not today, you know. Out of that pistol win, I mean, like, and then continue on with their dominance, brings back Victor Sumus into the eco round on their end. Now, Ramon, if somehow they win the pistol round, I just don't know what the heck is gonna be happening in this game.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I mean, 5 Glocks, maybe if they could funnel themselves on one corner, possibly if they take A main control. I don't see a world wherein they need to like buy up a bunch of util in this round. So I think mid is not going to be a good spot for them. It's going to be an interesting conversation if they do win this pistol round, though, because then that would force Godrain to reset one more time. Then they place them on an eco. Then they won't have money for the op into the next coming round. Where does that leave Revan? That leaves him at a spot where he has to play the Tech 9 now. And has to be the one to play the forward position. On towards the CT side itself. How has he placed himself recently? I think I saw him over at that A site. Where he has been playing the passive game. On the opposition as well. So few options for him if he actually loses on the gunfights this time. I mean, yeah, I think it's been a good time to like chill out because Taurus Summons has been putting me on the ride in the first opening picks on that second half. But this time they dwindle down, they kind of chill out, relax a bit. They rely on the Tech 9 for Arakan, who I believe is going to take first contact this time.
I mean, it feels like we're in a roller coaster right now with Victoria Summons because you don't know what you're gonna get. It's either gonna be, oh my gosh, that's an amazing play, or it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You know, and it's been a mixed bag where they're using YouTube, they're gonna be able to get it. And Revan playing with Champs, a peekaboo game right there, and looks like Revan did find him. Didn't really work out in his favor for the side of Champs, but nonetheless, though, I mean, what can you say? It's an equal, right? Bavi's gonna pump some heads if he can do with a peekaboo or whack-a-mole if you may call it. As they're just pushing on towards him. Rico Master able to get a kill with spin. Fired off like he is. Always fired off. Shuts them down with the help of Bavi. So, you know, Razor's left alone in. Not that quick. Oh, the flick not really gonna work out, but not necessarily afraid of it. Get that shot. Oh, misses again. You know what? Let's just do pistols.
Maybe give the option, you know. This game becomes a little bit more interesting. And now that the Victoria Summons actually has the buy round now, I mean, I do see a lot of like winning conditions where Arakan and the Champ could actually take duo positions now, where they could actually like do the double ramp push over at that B site. God's Reign, all they could hope for is good win out that opening gunfight yet again, and R2B2. That's a long angle if I've ever seen one. It's a rush all across the map. You can see a lot of presence made over at that A site. Lots of smokes. They also got Donut on notice as well, so bit of a fake happening for Victor Summons as R2B2 is pushing. The space taken, but Arakan actually takes him out immediately.
Yeah, Finn is just hiding in towards lamp room, just hoping for the opportunity to persist or to show. And I think Arakan was able to find a shoulder when he got back inside. Oh, you already know it. Wall bangs him. The spray! Recall Master! Oh, that was a bit scary for me. As Benzine is able to open things up forward towards the B side if you choose to do so. But the call has been said here. And the side of Victoria Summons is to fall back, regroup, and play it slow as they are able to hear where fired up is coming. And that's not where he wanted to be. As Revan with an operator towards mid, just hoping to find a pick off. could maybe possibly find Razor if he does not position himself all too well. But nonetheless, you gotta save your money, right? You know, you don't want to be broke. It seems like that's the call for Riven.
Yeah, I mean, Ziop, and I don't think their money is in the best spot anyway, so all the more reason to actually save up, put himself in a safe position, and that is Zona for him. So Razor, he's on a hunt. He's a predator in this sort of scenario, and the prey lies within around 200 meters away from him. So that's a good thing for Victoria Summers. They're able to win out the aggressive gunfight over at that ramp position.
Oh, but the prey could be the predator. He might get a kill, and he will. Jams at least closes them down quite a bit. Even fights. Did he get the kill there? That was another one. He did.
That's another one for him.
Oh, okay, another one bites the dust. He finds 2 kills for free. Like you said, man, the prey can become the predator, and it seemed like that's what happened there.
And that also gave him enough money to actually buy the M4 A1S for the team. So it's a relatively good buy for them this round. And a few A1Ss for Bobby and Finn. Aggressive with smoke up. And a bunch of mollies set up on that ramp side. So they can't go for that aggressive B rush anymore. They default back on that mid side where you should rely on the smokes to cover up that outside. It's interesting that God's Reign aren't investing a lot over at that mid side anymore, since kind of read that Victoria Summers would be trying to pressure on towards the AWP of Revan, who they're also looking out for all throughout this map.
Now, you could say that Victoria Summers is too overly cautious, or maybe, waiting for the right moment to strike. But I really don't like seeing the time dwindle too low to a certain extent where they just have to rush, and sometimes doesn't work out in their favor. As fired up, he did get a couple shots there. Maybe, lessen the armor coming from Benzine, but does still not stop them at the tracks. Time clock, 40 seconds. They gotta make a play. They gotta make a move. They can't let this time dwindle more, as they still have a lot of utility still up in the hands. He's gonna try and get information on the phone. It seems like it is gonna be a B push.
Yep, a rush up. Revan, he's chilling with the AWP. And a second
Again,
from Revan as well.
Revan.
Arakan was that close up. And a good flash also staves out the
Oh my lord!
He 3K for the man as Babby follows up the MP9, trying to capitalize onto Recall Master, the lone guy inside ramp, and Revan says
Revan's gonna push it.
AWP. He's gonna Tech 9 push him. Flash comes out, and Revan
4K.
gets the run and gun. It's the match point for God's Reign. It's a 4K for Revan as well. Match point, and almost at the brink of getting 2-0 against Victor Summers, who, I may recall, has been actually my prediction.
Well, I think we're living in Revan's world right now, where everyone just goes one by one, gets killed by it off. Peekaboo, peekaboo, hello. He finds again and again, time and time. This guy has been precise and deadly with that operator.
Absolutely.
What fit? Okay. He played aggressive there, hoping to get something out. I think the word Bobby is gonna check out. He didn't check the corner! He peeked and then peeked out immediately! Oh, yeah. Could be a disaster here for Victoria Summers. I mean, there's only one player left. It's Rico and Master, and it's all said and done as Riven is the one who shuts them out. Like you said, Ramon, 2-0 flawlessly done by God's Reign, and nothing, and I mean nothing, stopped them at their tracks. Even when they had pistols only.
Yeah. Right. I mean, as long as they had the perfect setup, then, what more could you ask for, right? It was a good start on their second half for Victoria Summers by the end of it, but when they were able to adapt, they're able to actually get themselves the win. A good job for God's Reign, and I'm going to bring in Tuxie again so we could talk about this a little bit further as we head on into the panel.
Thank you, Ramon and JT. That was definitely a much better game than Map 1. We've seen Victor Sumus and what they're capable of. I mean, we've seen some incidents where they actually played aggressive. That double ramp dream you had, they actually did it. And they actually, on the CT side, they managed to get 2 or 3 rounds where they actually pushed whenever they pushed. And we kept talking about this point, and luckily they did it, but it wasn't enough. I think one of the crucial rounds that they lost when they lost against Pistol, that broke their economy, that actually broke their momentum. This time around, we've seen tactical pauses. We've seen everything in this game, which is good. But Victor's, maybe the experience, maybe, when you're playing against an aggressive team, and you looked at God's Reign's T side, they were just rushing every round. They were just very, very aggressive. So shout out to both teams. I mean, hard luck to Victor Sumus. They can still play in the second qualifier, and if they lose, the third and the fourth. But God's Reign now are in the final. JT, all right. So we're looking at maybe 5 or 10 minutes break. What do you want, JT? You want 5 or 10?
5, 10. Ramon, I'm gonna pass it to you. I don't want to decide. You decide for us.
Oh my goodness.
Let's do
You know what? Why don't we call? Let's do 7.5. I actually like that. I like that call.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
So I think we will get to the details of this match, and going into the second, or actually it's the fourth quarterfinals. We have the second and third playing at the same time. So we'll have more analysis on that. But I mean, you guys casted the match. You've had the insights there. Did you believe that this is the full capacity or capability of God's Reign? Or do you believe like they're still hiding stuff?
I think it's a good sign moving forward to see that they were really stable on a map that they're really good at. Plus, they're able to show like a few weaknesses, which it's not really a good look for a lot of teams. But they also shown a lot of good consistency when it comes to the adaptability as well. It's been a good effect to see off of one pistol round where they actually on like a really long angle from that 5-7 that broke the economy entirely from one angle. I mean, if that actually bolsters up a lot of their mental, then it's a good sign for them. I don't think it's their full form, but I think they're on a good path moving forward.
All right, then JT, I'll get back to you after the 7.5 minutes break. So we'll catch you guys later. Make sure to tune in, grab your popcorns and your tea or coffee. We'll get back into the second quarterfinal we have for the night in the last match, actually. So 7.5 minutes, 7.5, 5. Oh, that is actually a very hard number. 7.5 minutes, and we'll be back. Man, that trailer just goosebumps. Honestly, it's so good. The music, the animations. Shout out to West and the guys at the studio for creating this masterpiece. What a beautiful thing to see, actually. And speaking about beauty, we have Ramon and JT in the house talking to us. You know, I don't want to close Ancient yet. I want to talk a little bit about God's Reigns 5-7s. God's Reigns 5-7.
Yes.
These guys, whenever they have 5-7, it's like it's almost a higher chance of winning than losing. What do you think, Ramon?
I mean, it doesn't help that the gun itself is also like pretty easy to run and gun with. Plus, with the high penetration, it's almost like they're not playing against an eco team at all. I mean, the amount of times that they have broken through a lot of rounds where it seemed unwinnable because they were on eco, just because they had 5-7s and the right amount of setup as well, just made a lot of breakthroughs in a couple of rounds.
JT, what do you think? Are you a 5-7 guy or more of a
This
R8?
just
You feel like a revolver. Okay.
I remember back in the day when Revolver came out. It was so broken.
Oh my goodness. I remember those days.
That was a nightmare to play up against back in the day. But the 5-7s were a nightmare in this series. This is not the first time this happened to Victorious Sumus. This was the second time because in Inferno, Gutstrain pulled a 5-7 as well, and he won that eco. They were on the eco round, and he won up against the buy round. So, like, in my head, is the 5-7 the one that stops the momentum and just destroys your confidence? I don't know, but it just goes to show why Gutstrain is a team to watch out for.
Right, let me remind you guys of the prize pool for the GG League throughout these months, whether it's September, October, November, December, anytime now you can have, look, it's $5,000, lots of cash, lots of money for the winners of this competition. Hopefully by next year also, the next versions of this competition, we're gonna have bigger prize pools. Now, when we let's close down the first quarter final. Let's talk about the upcoming one. We do have this is a further breakdown of the prize pool, so we can have a look at what it means winning these qualifiers and then. So technically, if you win this qualifier, you get 500, and if you win the playoffs one, you get another 1,000. That's good, a good chunk of money you can put in your pocket. Okay. Going back to the quarterfinal, this is the bracket as well. God's Reign managed to beat Victorious Sumus. They're gonna be up against, I think Ilu Delivery might win this, and No Hard Feelings. Another quarterfinal being played at the same time. On the other side, Wahwah managed to beat Ikari. Is there a bug there or what's happening? Who won, Ikari or Wahwah? The guys at the studio will tell
That's
us
the question.
But we do have Aim Stars against Vision X coming up. Yeah, it must be Misty's birthday aftermath. You know, too much cake. This guy. All right. So Vision X against Aim Stars. We have the Veto as well, so we saw that it's gonna be Dust 2, Vertigo. What was the third map? The third map is gonna be Anubis. Okay, Dust 2 and Vertigo. This is actually an interesting broadcast. It's rare that we see 4 different maps in one broadcast. So, JT, you look like a Dust 2 type of player. I mean, I look at your smiles and I can see you camping in pit.
Oh, definitely 100%, buddy. You know, we got the op ready, already planted for you in A side. You know, just snipe them down when each time they go for the defuse. How do I say this? CS:GO days, I could never not play a map that is not in Dust 2. In Dubai, specifically. I don't know. It's just like every time you search comp, it's either Dust 2, Inferno, or somewhere else. It's crazy. So this map, I know, like, I don't even have to look at it. I already know it. You know, this is the famous saying that I just said. This is Rush B, divide, Dostoevsky, man. This is where everything has happened, and I love it. And I was not expecting to see a Dust 2, if I'm being honest with you, but they're gonna give it to me, and I'll take it. It's up for grabs. I'm so excited to see what can happen here, and so many amazing plays and memorable plays have happened in Dust 2, and you know, maybe we're gonna have a moment here between these two teams.
Director is giving us a fun fact that this is the first time we see Dust 2 in this competition. And this is going to be interesting because this is Aim Stars map pick. Aim Stars is a Pakistani roster. We've seen players like Sad Batru. I think he played the last time we did the Ramadan League. I think he played all 4 qualifiers and he qualified from the last one. So he fought hard. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've seen his name many times. And I remember commenting on his name, like, what is happening with nicknames these days? You know, you have Talk, Ramon, JT, you know, but then you see Sad But True. Life is not worth it. It's people like that, you know. You see those nicknames which are life quotes, and like, what is happening to people out there, you know? But obviously, he's one of these good players. Ramon, Dust 2 is a map. Possibly, it's very basic. I mean, there is no crazy stuff. Yeah. And I always say that Dust 2 relies heavily on, or not heavily, but on information, especially if you have a good opper that, you know, has a good spawn long, goes to pick, has a good spawn B, goes to pick, mid. I'm talking about the CC side here. What do you think? Do you believe, I mean, we don't have much info on both the teams, but do you think we're going to see a passive CT Dust 2, or is it going to be, you know, crazy pushes from short, or maybe trying to play aggressive lower tunnel? Or do you feel like it's going to be, maybe, no, this is the first map, it's going to be quite passive?
Look, I really doubt that it's going to be passive at this time, because remember, in the recent patch notes, Valve actually updated this map as whole, which is one thing that's very small in hindsight, but it actually helps out the aggressive stance on the CT side, is that one box makes it very easier to actually rotate back around towards that A short side, just so that you have a much more smoother defense on that side of the map, either on trying to rush on down to the mid side, or just being one of those players that can just get on top of that top position, just very easier, even if you're an op or somebody who will flash on down. I think when it comes to like the aggressiveness, I think that helps it a lot entirely, because that means that a top position player will make it will be a little bit more self-sufficient. He's gonna be the one taking the smokes down. He's gonna be the one putting the flashes as well. So that also gives a lot of utility over to the side of the A long players. So there's a lot of things happening around here. Aggressiveness, definitely nothing that we're gonna be lost on that side of the map.
All right, thank you, Ramon. Thank you, JT. And once again, I'll give this one to you guys. Enjoy this too, and the flashes in long. Hopefully, we see lots of rushes.
Hopefully, I won't get flashed. That's the thing that I'm looking out for at this point in time, man. As we head on into the first map of the second BO3, it's Vision X versus Aim Stars, the T side, on to the Pakistani team. It's Vision X. USP all across the board, one kid in hand. I love it. They hold up on that B long position as well.
Yeah, they just, like I said, rush B, and they're taking control off the side already in B window, hoping to find a pickup, but will falter down instead. Ahmed and Licks left alone to their own devices. What can they do when they're up against 4? Hoping to find a shot, as there is a lurker coming from behind. I believe that is something. Just right around the corner, but he does get shot down immediately. He's gonna go there. Someone's right close by there. Sad but true. He has the aim, the precision to shut them down. And Aim Stars setting themselves on a good start.
Yeah, and it starts with the coordinated push down onto the tunnel side. I mean, not much to say other than the lack of a lower tunnels push out for Vision X. It was all done but dusted when they decided to hold up on that car side. They got cleared. Good flashes across the board as well. And Aim Stars looking to start things strong with Sad But True, ending up with a 3K and starting with an AK-47 to the second round we go.
Yeah, I love the question. It's a pistol round. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe get some next. As MSI will find one, he finds another. This guy in the USB, he is dangerous. I should say so myself. As they have become the hunters this time around, and the defenders are the attacker side. At this end of things, as the Molly will tag quite a bit. We also have the Molly, hoping to get a kill with the Mac. But it's not gonna work out in their favor. Blitz though, able to trade things out. Oh, how the tables have turned! As it always looks like, you know, Aim Stars are the defenders and Vision X became the attackers.
And Blitz is all the way across to the T side position, even though he's the one starting on CT side. So we're gonna be finding each other in the mini game of hide and seek, as Aim Stars are looking to actually reclaim the bomb over at that door side. Maybe even try to get a frag out of it too. As Ebat has a lot of time to consider this. He does have the bomb within his vicinity, and Blitz has also given up the space for him to lock down that A-long control, but he doesn't know that. They even missed out on each other. So what do you do if you're Aim Stars? You smoke on down, maybe think about that T side a little bit more slowly. Blitz is also recollecting his thoughts. So many things to cover, so many things. It's a good thing that he's also close to Xbox, so if he does plant on down to A-long, then it's just a one-way ticket for him. Now he realizes it because of the smokes.
Oh, jump. Yep, he's gonna go for the peek. Hopefully, this 1v1's gonna be interesting. Blitz. Okay, he knows where he's gonna be at. Yeah, footsteps have been heard. He's gonna try and hide here at Ninja, but it's not gonna work out as Blitz will be the victor on that one. So, an interesting eco round on the side of Vision X. You know, they not necessarily had the advantage, but they just decided, you know, let's just push mid. See if it works out in their favor, and it does.
Yeah. And remember, that was a force buy for them too, so they had to make this thing worth it, and they did. Just because after the initial push out, it was down to the 2 versus 2. They realized that there was still one hold up over that top mid position. They used the molly, and they also used the flash out, so even though he had the better gun, that MAC-10 was not going to do any damage long range, so double peeked and underhanded were Aim Stars in that round. They now reset into the Tech 5 rush on that B side position. And something, MAC-10 in hand, Blitz who actually gets another. That AK-47 looking wide open for him as MSI and Blitz, they're a 2-man team who are holding up that B site as quickly as they can as well. Nothing they can do to stop this onslaught of kills as the Molly finishes him off of the angle. And Blitz will be able to get another from that 3K as well. A 2-round win streak for the side of Vision X. And that's following that force buy from the previous round that just pays off in dividends.
Quick and easy rounds coming from Vision X. The rush B is not working out in their favor. Even when they get the blinds, it's a scatter house here for the side of Aim Stars. But it's time to settle things down quite a bit. You know, let's not give too much an advantage, because we've seen what has happened before when you give too much rounds to your opposing enemy, right? So play it slow. Okay, maybe calm our horses and see what we can do. But the econ, it's not in their favor, so they have to play, I guess, get the round done and pass their round and see what happens. Unless they pull up a 5-7, I'll be surprised.
There you go again with the 5-7s, man. I mean, gotta remember that there are other guns in the game that actually have
Tech 9.
a bit more fire rate, the Tech 9, running accuracy. But sometimes, you know,
Tech 9.
the 5-7 can actually be better at range anyway, so I kind of get your point. Finally see an A-long push, a piece of attempt out for Aim Stars. And he made contact.
The flash!
As well, perfect! Again from Sad But True, Fury able to cap it off. That's again from the pistols. Remember, Gonna get that upgrade, but Ammon's doing a really good job of trying to gatekeep that and see if he can get away from that angle. It's a missed shot. Thanks to the running accuracy, they're not able to. Actually, not down a little too close. Ammon gets another shot through. Ammon gets a second. That's the AWP getting a lot of value towards that A-long side.
The Molly, it misses it, but it doesn't really matter as Dubai is right on the mark, and that's an interesting name, Dubai. Oh, the country that I live in. Hoping to find a kill, as he does find a quick one on towards Zoro. So, Aim Stars, you know, not necessarily a round that they should be winning, as Vision X just takes advantage of the guns that they have at this very round. But this time around, though, Ramon, things will change, as it's going to be a full buy with all the utilities that they have at hand. Let's see what they can do. This is where they have to prove what they have as not a blank screen.
Hopefully not like a blank thing in the future as well for the side of Aim Stars, as now they decide to split up. A double push up on towards that upper side as MSI is looking to wreak some havoc. But true, a passive battle spots him and takes him down as well. MSI has lost the opportunity. He also got the push shot from Fury, who loses to Blitz. A 1-for-1 trade, something that was not necessary for them, but Zoro has taken his chances and also finds Dubai. 4v3 as the round continues.
Yeah, it's going to continue with mid control here for Licks, but they will have smokes, the flashes. They're going to just push it towards, and sad but true. 1 HP and a Dream somehow gets a kill. He could falter. Amin has the operators, and not necessarily the best gun to be close, and Blitz, he found the barrel. He knows where he's at. Gonna go for the fire. Even if he knows, it doesn't matter. Sad but true with a 1 HP, still fighting, still living, and could possibly die. And he finally will, but he has already given the damage that they needed here.
He was pushing while the Molly was at his feet, and when he was already at death's doorstep, he decides to get another. After he already given the info to the one who was pushing him on that door side. 1v3 for Amin. And honestly, off of that, Aim Stars are going to be able to play off of something that is sad but true all throughout the next coming rounds. But Amin has to work a miracle here. Spots out one from that tall box. And a flash coming down. Knows that there's one at least on that car, so he decides to smoke it off. Is hoping that someone pushes onto him, but probably the next fight's going to be somewhere where he least expects it. Zoro almost missed the frag. Needs a bit of an adjustment, and there you go. That's the headshot over to Amin. That's the 3-2 that Aim Stars were looking for, thanks to Sad But True and his heroics.
Definitely. I mean, this guy, I thought he was going to be dead, but he picks them off one by one. Even when they saw the barrel of his gun and towards towards the door, and it still didn't matter. B door, he's barreled the gun. He already pre-aimed on where he was going to be, but he didn't pull the trigger, and it was just too late. It's sad, but it's true. And they're doing it again, Ramon. The rush mid, hoping to see it do wonders on the side of Licks. But they kind of know it's coming. They're prepared for it this time around.
Give the smoke, Sad But True. He's gonna get locked out by Licks. That MP9 gonna get a lot of value into this round. They got locked out of the sight just because of the smokes, just because of the util. MSI gonna spray as much cover as possible. The Aim Stars claim the objective for themselves. Plant bomb down. And Ebad gonna have to use his util to try to shave off a couple of seconds, but Amin gets himself one on Zoro. The AWP running on down to the site as the MP9 tries to do something, but something has done everything to get themselves three. A 1v2 for Amin as something claims a 4K for the side of Aim Stars. A 3-3 for Aim Stars as they have gotten B multiple times in a row, and that has been working for them.
Yeah, just looking at how they're playing, once they get that sight, they have the positioning, the superior positioning, making sure that they have the crossfires set up. Like if you're looking at one angle, you gotta check the other because someone's there, definitely gonna trade things off when they can, and proves to show how strong that they're doing this. This time around, though, yet again, the pistol's in their hand. They're just rushing. We're looking for a fight. We're looking for a kill. iPad is trying the corner. Is able to trade things off. No! Not even a single one!
Oh, what
He's
is
not
this?
even
It's
checking!
the 5-7. It's the 5-7s! It's haunting
Not
us all
again.
across the game, man. Yeah, man.
It's still gonna be too difficult to Ramon. I mean, they still have the weapon advantage, but an AK towards Licks might change the tides to their favor, depending on how things will go. If he's gonna be able to pick around the corner, Seven True's there. What, Pixel? Oh, okay, they trade things off, but it's still gonna be a 2v3 this time around. But they're not checking the right time and the right moment. You already know where the player is gonna be. You're gonna peek 2 times ahead of time. Is they're able to change things around, but again, you find the shots, the op is there, out in the open. Just gonna get found out. He can't do anything. No shebang.
Well, the 5-7s did a lot of damage, but it wasn't enough to actually, win the round entirely.
Mm-hmm.
As they relied upon that one strat on pushing out that upper tunnels to get themselves that one upgrade. Guess the kill. Weren't able to anchor down that car position when they were running up that long side, so well, there was a bit of a give and take position before we headed on into that post plant. Happy to get a lot of damage, but not able to get an A long side. They push on, flash on in, smoke on down as well.
Kill.
Something, then entering every single time it works out because of the perfect utility. Sad but true. Has always been pivotal to every single part of the entries, whether it's on util, whether it's on alert positions as well.
Yeah. Looking, trying to stop them at their tracks if they can. Even though they're still playing really diligent here. Just find pickoffs upon pickoffs as iPad. Trying to distract them when they can. Zoro with an operator shot. Able to find the kill towards Licks. Dwindles the numbers down from Vision X. Stops them at their tracks. As the buy. I mean, he does get a kill, but it's still gonna look pretty bad. As the call has been to just save. They can't do a single thing. I mean, how are you gonna go up against the entire army when you're only 2 players left?
Yeah, and you're probably pretty low. So he doesn't have that much money. Something that you gotta think about into the next coming rounds. I gotta ask you, JT, what do you call the long gun that?
You gotta do this to me, Ramon. I heard enough already from the other side of things.
700.
I'm sorry, amnesia.
All right. I mean, sometimes you got it. Sometimes I also got it wrong. I think she don't call it a spike, right?
Yeah, listen, buddy, I've been stopping myself. Well, don't worry, fret not. At least I didn't say that. It's always the AWP, the op.
That's true.
I mean,
Op.
smooth operator, is that like a song? Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that's true. And you know who's a smooth operator right now? Zoro, handling business with that AWP, especially in those post plants where puts himself in positions where, and remember that one round where he was around that A long side, waiting for all his teammates to die, and you just rely on him to be the pit player, where he wins out the gunfight just because the last guy only had the P250. I mean, that's the type of thing that you gotta watch out for when you have guns like these. However, Amin, the opper for the team, has left the server, so we're gonna have a bit of a technical pause just because of that. So
Yeah, I mean, no Russian things. We can just enjoy and live in the moment just because there's so many things to talk about. First of all, something. Like you said, this guy has been the entry fragger for the team. He's the one who sets the pacing for aim stars. I mean, no doubt in my mind, he already has 11 frags on his name. And not only that, the 2 players that really make aim stars shine as much as they can is also sad but true. the way that he's able to even not afraid to burn himself to close to that, right? But he takes those fights, and that's just goes to show when you feel like you are on top of things, when you feel really good at how your gameplay has been going, you just take those. You just take those fights. You take those duels, and it just goes to show. Sad but true in something. These two, phenomenal so far.
Look, sometimes adrenaline can make you do things that you don't even know were possible. I mean, if Sad but True is pushing like that and he gets 2 kills, even I would try to do something like
blind
that.
again.
On in, and Sad but True actually flashes himself. That's something that you cannot expect on be like, but Ebad, what a beautiful clothesline. Already dashes on towards that Licks guy. I mean, they do get a 1-for-1 trade-off in the end. They also got an access to an AK-47, especially with the next down on the low buys, but something has claimed up for himself. That also locks away that position from CT, and they get B site fully on lockdown.
Yeah, I just love the way he, understands. Okay, don't spray it. Let's just stop, aim, pick again, and go for the shot. And this time around, you do have the B side. Let's see how well they're gonna be defending this window, as he does spot his head, but he does get dinged quite a bit. Still has to survive as much as possible for his team to wrap around the corner, and that's where Ibad is from behind. Gets a double, could go for a triple. He knows where the last player is. Gets the shot done, but something will be the one closing that ground out for his team. Aim Stars, I love the way their setup is and towards the B side robot. This is not the first time they've done this. This was maybe the second or third time that they played the way they're playing. Is that they always have players on towards the B side, and one will be rotating to lower tunnels, go towards mid, and then wrap around them. And they didn't expect that at all. 2 freebies for Ibad.
Yeah, I mean, if they had the presence of mind to actually do something like that, then their post-match are definitely going to be full Ibad. Doesn't hit the shot from the op. Does expect one to be on the pit position, but he's never expecting that one. Something is doing everything for the team yet again. Ibad hitting wonderful shots on that A-long side. And well, he gets burnt to a crisp thanks to Licks and Dubai. The 1-2 punch from Vision X hitting hard onto Aim Stars, but yet again, it's a 3v2. Something has to dodge away from the shots.
Oh, wow!
Let's get it through the smoke again. He expects him in the same corner. It could very well be the 2v2 post plan that they're looking for.
Yeah, I love it, because he jumped on top of the box, I believe, and he just knew he was going to do it. He just knew. He just pre-fired. He adjusted his crosshair, put it a bit higher, and then shot them down to pieces. This time around, no one's lurking from behind, so they gotta hold things down if they can. And the shot happened perfect for Fury. Devil shot them down towards window. You gotta go for a repeat as much as possible. But what can you do when you're all alone? You gotta save the operator. Or the op. Sorry. Bad habit. As he does get the kill. There you go. Pardon my language. Pardon my language. There you have it.
Yeah,
and like you said, that's the boost. Able to save himself, not stuck in the corner.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, does get himself from danger. Does actually save the AWP into the next coming round. Instar's gonna be happy to take the win yet again, just because of a really good execute. I mean, they adapted to the situation. They lost a player over at the double doors side, and good utility usage as well from Lex to try to get a bit of damage onto the important player that is Ibad. Has been hitting crispy shots from the op this point of time. Fury flashed off himself, but good thing nobody has pushed up on that position. Anon has to be careful as Fury, he feels it. He feels blood pumping through his veins. He wants a long, but he has to take it away from Ammon right here, right now.
It's so interesting. Whenever they get flashed, I get flashed too. Please don't. IRL flash. Gotta be careful there. But again, a really good crosshair fire here. Lucky for Ammon, doesn't get even hit by the molly. He wasn't burning. That was so close. Look how. Hello? Wait a minute. He just checked on his spit. I was like, oh, there's fire? Now it doesn't hurt me. I'm not gonna move. So he's saying, okay, so this is gonna make them expect that there's nobody at car, right? Like the chances of, I mean, a good player will still check, but chances are they may not check. But they do.
Oh, they did. Okay. Okay, they do.
okay, kudos to them though, but they're still gonna push towards, you know, the A side if they can. Play it fast, flash, Lynx does get a kill, but he can't see a damn thing. But it doesn't matter. He gets 2 kills. That might be the Blitz. They're looking for Vision X. Sad but true spray controls. Finds two as well. Looking for more. He gets it. Blitz. Oi. It's a disaster coming from Vision X. It was looking good with Lix finding those 2 kills with his AWP, but they're gonna look for more. Dubai. Says hello. 1v1 now though. It's gonna be crazy, Ramon. How's it gonna work out? It's not. Zoro, spot him down.
God, that one was getting a little crazy. That's to my liking. So how do we break it down individually? So the smoke comes down over at Link. Link's hitting 2 crispy shots. One of them was a no-scope. I might say to you. But sad but true, playing the round back because of a beautiful spray control. These 3 kills pivoted the round back to the favor of Aim Stars. Even though Dubai, pretty good heroics on that A top position. I mean, if actually won, if he wasn't able to win off against that gunfight of AWP, IBAD through the smoke, thanks to the flash as well, able to get that 1-for-1 trade-off, long controlled. Licks trying to play off with the smoke, but careful, but IBAD, he does hit the shot, and he does get a 3v4. That long door looking so deserted. They decided to hold up that lower tunnels. As Fury's trying to take value out of his lurk position, because now that the A-long side is looking like it's all Vision X, they have to come up with something, and that mid-side push is probably something that they've been working on as a backup plan.
Well, sadly, something's already dead, so I don't know. Something. Well, we'll see how things will work out as they're gonna push next to Sandman 2. But guess what? He's able to find it with a crouch shot. And MSI and Zoro, they just got the kills. I don't know, man. They're gonna be very difficult for them to defend this, but Lake says hello. If we get those kills, and from behind, that's where Dubai is gonna answer back. 4-8. Not a bad first half here for Vision X. We did see signs of brilliance whenever they do for a crazy plan that they have, which is always rush when they have pistols, but you know, that's not going to be enough. Now that we change sides here, let's see what Aim Stars have to show as the defenders this time, as the CT side.
Okay, 4 USPs. The dualies coming down. No kit, so they're playing off of a reaction this time. Have to be very good on the read because they're all pushing up on that A-long control. The problem is
I love the strat.
Rush yet again. The pistols are always B rushes. This is something that you called, JT. I hope you're happy.
Yes, I am. I am so happy. You gotta pull, you know, like a Russian accent, you know. Okay, the Trievsky, yes. The Vai! Plant the bomb! I don't know what's happening to me. It's taking over. I don't know. Memories, flashbacks, Blitz. AE says hello to my little friend as he gets 2 kills, looking for more. As he does, he gets a triple, making a quad from behind. My name is Blitz, and this is my world, everybody.
Nah, no man. Blitz showing up where they need him. The B rushes are looking pretty primed up, but it wasn't the B rush that was the tip of the spear. It was the lurk across from that mid doors position where Blitz, he was holding up the lower tunnels. He was the flank watch for the team, but he ended up becoming the predator for the squad, getting 4 kills with the exchange of the bomb plant. And Vision X deciding that they want to take a long control. Look at that. It's a full rifle push. But Fury's able to try and get one. IBAD falls on another. But in the end, they're happy to take that gunfight instead. Because A-long, that's not even the question. It's A-lane where they have to try to get push.
Had a good plan, but turns out firepower is not staying it, and they don't see the smoke. They're just shooting through it. Already damage done. Given to him. Let's try and hide his best, but the smoke will disperse. It's going to be found out and figured out on where he's going to be positioned at, and there you get it. Vision X answers back. able to get, as much rounds as possible to get that round deficit that's on their hands. Only 2 rounds remaining, Ramon, and oh boy, it is looking good. But this time around, though, bye round from Aimstar, so it's gonna be massive.
Look, it was at the end of the day, they're gonna be happy with dealing a bit of damage over to Vision X. So that definitely was their buy round, and the fact that they're able to buy into the next round here is a good sign for their economy moving forward. As they
blind.
move into a flash cut day long. Everybody's blind, everybody's spraying, everybody's praying that they're getting another.
Wow.
iPad will get his blessings. A double from the A1S. This guy has been punching in on every single opportunity to get multi-frags after multi-frags. This is another one. Sad but true. He's expecting one and blitz. On the other side of that door, just waiting for somebody to overstep, and that could be sad but true if he is not careful.
Yeah, I mean, patience though from Sabatru. He's not gonna, bite the bullet here. He's gonna wait for the opportunity to strike. Just wait for them to make any sound if they can. He just holds the door. But I think he heard someone go from upper tunnels because I heard it, so I'm guessing he heard it too. So that gives information, as you can tell. Look around the map from above. They're already trying to search things out, and there you have it. Like you said, if Sabatru oversteps, the B side is up for the taking just around the corner, though. That's where something is gonna get shut down. And now the tables have turned.
Now he's holding the same angle. Now he's the one spraying onto the wall. iPad wasn't the one making the noise. It was actually Fury who was trying to rotate on around. He gets one onto Dubai. What more can he do? Nothing. As he steps into the territory of Vision X, they already hold down that B site since they planted the bomb. And how the tables have turned. He was the one who was contesting that position from the other side of the door. And then now he's the one keeping them from taking over that CT position that prompted Fury to actually rotate around and go for that upper tunnel spot, but it didn't work out in his favor at this point in time. 8-7. Vision X have climbed up, not from their deficit, catching up, trailing behind the Aim Stars. Only need 1 round, and could possibly be definitely their 8th, since it's only a pistol. It's a B rush. Could be in the making for Vision X.
Yeah, I mean, they understand the economy is not in the favor of Aim Stars here, so they might as well just enter towards the side and go guns blazing to try to set things up. If they can, they're gonna get the flash, get the mid. Eagle, not gonna work out. 1B, not there at all. They're able to get at least 1 out of the 5 players coming from Vision X, and again, total control, and guess who's in lower tunnels? It is gonna be Blitz, where he's gonna get found out though. So the advantage, it's slowly dwindling as you're able to pick up a bit of guns here. A sad but true with an AK. So not secured on this plan, waiting for the opportunity to fight, get the damage done. It's a 2v1. It's a 2v1 up and down. 1 on the window, 1 on the side. Dubai stuck in the smoke, hoping to get the kill from behind. He finds it. They're trying to turn things around if he can, but he's changing his guns. Oh, it could be bad habit. That could probably it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that, because he could have actually used the flash. He could have actually he tried reloading, but after he reloaded, he decided to pull out a different type of util. So possibly to support himself as he was trying to get on top of that truck, but it was just CS timing across the board. I mean, Aimstar is coming a bit too close on that, and a good timing from the push from Something and Sab the True as well, because once Something was inside of the site, the Peacon from Vision X never expected that they were on a high-low position. 9-7 this time. Aimstars have to do something about this to capitalize on Vision X down on their economy this time. It's sad but true. He's tucked in the corner. Dubai gets another headshot. Legs, he pushes on in. Oversteps his boundaries. A second possibly in the midst, but Fury and Dubai, they exchange blows. 2v3. And remember, they were on the eco, so it was imperative that they push on.
I just find it quite a bit weird, right? When aim stars were in eco, they win the round. This time Vision X on the eco, and they're winning the round too. Maybe they're just overstepping the boundaries, is not giving enough respect towards Vision X. They gotta understand this game is hella close, and there's a reason why MSI he didn't fire. Yeah, kind of awkward.
Kind of not my type now. Because now it becomes a winnable position for the Aim Star squad. Vision X were handed a plate, but now they decide to shove it back up. So they can get themselves 2v2 now that Something and Zoro are playing with each other. Give the flash up to Zoro because Something wants to do something aggressively. Flash on. The P comes in, a short on notice. He spots out to buy.
One ninja.
Abmin is playing around the ninja position. He also put the molly on down, so that burns a lot of time. 1v1, Something pushing in. He tried. Oh, he has no bullets.
Oh no!
He has no freaking bullets. Vision X actually win it out.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a lot. I mean, they don't have. I mean, some of them do have the money, but they're not gonna force buy, right? They're gonna do a mix buy most likely, and just pray for the best, because as of the moment, Vision X, it looks like the train is going their way. The tune, the music, it's all on them. They're all dancing to it, and there's nothing stopping them yet. Very close though on the side of Aim Stars, but still no cigar. And like I said, they were up against an eco. That was an eco from Vision X, and they pulled a rabbit out of the hat and able to turn things around to their favor. Like I said though, you gotta respect even if they're in an eco, because they could just pull this out again and again.
You know, at this point, JT, I'm kind of questioning if we should buy guns. Maybe the eco buys are the ones working.
It's like my enemies will buy the guns. I'll kill them with an eco and take their gun. You know, that's a sign that they're giving.
It's almost like the enemies are buying the guns for me. You know.
And the Deagle, oh, 1D. Mamma mia. That's quite
Gets
spicy.
a one tap, leaves, doesn't even give an explanation. This guy's a Giga Chad.
Definitely 10 out of 10 would do again. Well, but the peaks are there from Zoro, so information is given that there is one at Long Doors. But yet again, you know, they're just going to take their sweet time before they decide on where to push, because they're up against eco. I mean, there are a couple players that do have a gun here and there. Still, nonetheless, not necessarily the best for long range. But nonetheless, a long might be up for the taking. And they do have a good setup here, Ramon. And it might be a deadly one as well.
Nice flash. Something. That's the off doesn't even connect.
Getsu?
7. What are these 5-7s? Where are they buying these from? Getting 2, in fact, Something. His life is worth more than just 1 kill. He wants 2. When IBAD. MP9. Oh, he spots out Blitz. He does miss the timing. But true, he doesn't even need to give it to the fight.
How do you know where the last player is?
But IBAD will get the last one. That's the MP9. That's the 5-7. Yet again, making a lot of impact from Something with 20 kills to his name. That's double digits as well for Aim Stars. Having to get themselves the momentum shift. With this 10-8 on Dust 2. It's always a good start when you win that first map very convincingly. Although I have to say, JT, this is a very close game. And I'm very happy to see this very competitive.
And I was just about to say, they should stop, like, you know, playing too slow as being an advantage. They're playing fast now, although not necessarily having the guns, right? But nonetheless, this is what they should be doing. You play too slow, you set a momentum where Aim Stars could get so much information by lurking around. So play fast as much as you can and just overwhelm them whenever possible. 16 HP already from Zoro is gonna hide underneath CT spawn if they can, but still struggling to just try and enter as the utility. They are so good. Sad, but you're able to find 1, looking for another, able to find 2, and that means Amin is left alone to his own device.
Have you ever seen Ammon clutch up the 1v4 with just the Tech 9. I think I've seen it happen.
I mean, if it did, you gotta upload it to TikTok. I would love to watch that.
Yeah,
This
I
could
watch
be
it multiple
an
times.
absolute. I was gonna say it could be an absolute cinema or a flop, and sadly, it's the latter end of things here. It's gonna be quite impossible, right, with a Tech 9 by his lonesome. But yet again, Aimstar is getting closer and closer to match point as much as they want, and Vision X, money-wise, they don't have enough to go for a buy, so they gotta do something. I mean, they've won with just pistols before, so they could do it again. But Aimstars are now giving the respect that they should be giving, because last time around they didn't even go crazy. They just played safe.
Yeah, I think Aimstars, the strength that I've seen from them in a lot of their buy rounds where they're coming up against the ecos is that they're understanding the basics and the fundamentals of what they should do in situations where they're fighting up against shorter range weaponry. Go back to the basics. Put down the molly onto where they're going to be coming from, because since you know that they're ecoing, you're expecting a setup that will counter a fast rush. That's one molly onto double doors. That is instant 2 kills for Aimstars. Set up by just one piece of util that Fury threw out for the team. And simple things like that is something that not a lot of pro players actually keep in the back of their minds. Coming up into the next round, so Aimstar is happy to take the 11th round. The push again from the deep side, Molly's out, and sad but true. Up in the end, one frag, straight onto the freaking, but doesn't matter, because iBad's got his back. He's got a double kill, thanks to that short range gunfight.
This time Blitz, let's see what can he do by his lonesome. I mean, we've seen signs of life from him, but oh, that was so close. I mean, he did get tagged down quite low here, 20 HP, and he's hoping to at least kill more players before he's the one that falls down. But sadly, iBad able to find that and something as well, answering back 12-8. Match point for Aimstars, and this could be by the books already in their end in map number 1. Unless Vision X has something to say about it.
And the next map, Vertigo, is going to be definitely a huge change of pace, because at that point, you're going to be expecting a few ramp pushes and splits over to the short side. And on that ramp position from Vertigo, that's where a lot of death rushes actually don't work out if you don't expect a really good flash. I mean, look at Zoro. Now on that short side, up in hand. Does get one. Will you go for more? That's the question. Does try to attempt. Is stuck for the third, but does not work out. That Mac 10 singing to the hands of MSI. It's iBad. Now tries to contest, but she loses a lot of health in the process.
Got back down quite a bit, but still won't falter. And they take control of things here in Vision X as much as possible. Get as much advantage as they can with the guns at hand that they have. So watching their corners here and there, heavily focused on towards a short, it seems, as they know what they're going to be coming from there. As something, he finds two. Finds two somehow. It looks for more, but Dubai able to close it out for Vision X. Still 3 rounds difference. It's like you're at the edge of the cliff. One mistake is all it takes. Lose it all.
Yeah. I mean, if Dubai is just flying all throughout the pushes with just his Mach 10, then I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again. They don't have that much money. I mean, if you look at the economy from the previous round, it's not in the best sort of position. So I think I'm expecting somebody to take the Mach 10. No, they actually decide to take up the AWP into the next round as well. Lick's gonna be happy with taking that gunfight as well. Mid also being pushed up. Amin, as well as Blitz. The tip of the spear for this push, as Zoro is expecting it. So how does he work through this? Possibly get one, push down back to the CT position, and expect that iBad's also going to be a lot of doing a lot of covering fire from that underbridge. Or he dies.
Yeah, he was in the short boost area, hoping to make a play here, but not really going to work out in his favor. They're going to fall down into pieces, as they do have Fury at A long. Possibly could make something out of nothing. As Vision X yet again in total control, bringing Aimstars in mayhem they can do anything as MSI just around the corner. They're gonna spot him out immediately. Getting that kill, but jumps below. Maybe got too much blood. Wanted to look for more, but not gonna find anything. So this time, it might mostly gonna be probably a save here from Aim Stars, hoping to just see if they can get something out of it, if they can. But sad but true. Hiding in the corner. You find him immediately. Gets one kill. Yet again, looking for more. But how are you gonna fight when you're up against 3 players? Nonetheless, 12 to 10. The number is. They're climbing it, Ramon. They're climbing Vision X. It's not over.
See, in that situation, Zoro's position on that box where you could boost yourself up to the short side, it's a double-edged sword in that take, because you don't hear them coming up to you to the short side because they were actually slow pushing it down. The only point of contact that could have actually given you info was Ibad on that long angle. Wasn't even given a chance to actually give the info up. He already died just because they had short control anyways, so lots of value from the aggressive rushes. This time Fury has already held up on that long side. A short rush yet again for Vision X has been attempted and possibly uncontested. The only guy that can hold him up is Fury. That's a play on the lucky angle, so Fury in a lot of trouble. Spots one. Has to expect that someone's creeping up on that short position. Flashed out of sight. As Ibad's playing around the smoke as well. This guy is the flank, this guy is the lurker, and this guy will die. Doesn't expect to, but in the end, the T-side are happy to take the winning gunfights anyway. But something, 2 shots from the Deagle. 1v1. And remember, he doesn't have the weapon. The AWP pulled out, and he dies to the hand of the Stars. A beautiful shot from something claims the Dust 2 map.
That's how it ends, Ramon.
Yep.
What?
An eco.
What?
An eco. Again, an eco.
An eco. An eco and a rush push from a short from behind, and then picks up an op and kills him off. Because they had the bomb, and instead of going to the site, they went for a duel in mid. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. We need Talks here. Talks, help me out, man. I'm at loss of words right now. I just don't know what happened.
I mean, no one knows. Those pistols, we've talked about the 5.7s, but then the Deagle comes to play. I mean, that map by itself was crazy. Nothing made sense, in my opinion. Honestly, like, you see Thremole's car, he survives. They still check. That was one of the rounds. You see 5.7s, goes to 1v1. You see Deagles in a 1 versus 3. So many crazy things happened this game, and obviously it's Dust 2. Nothing ordinary happens in such a map, but I feel like Vision X almost slipped away there because Aim Stars honestly were more of in control. They also focused a lot on B. I think they found their success from B bomb side. Vision X couldn't adapt to it, but man, what a crazy game! Honestly, that was something really exciting to see. Ramon, JT, you guys were in the action. Talk to me. I mean, what did you think about that?
Okay, let me tell you all in one word, right? Pistols. These pistols are not to be trusted, man, because sometimes you get a lot of confidence, you push on to one side of the map on the CT side, and then you come up against either a Deagle or a 5.7, and if it's something on the Deagle, then you can never expect to win a 50-50 gunfight because sometimes his Deagle actually hits really hard, especially on that last round where, you know, I think the thing that makes it special about their rush onto the short side from behind was that they definitely expected one guy. They never expected the second. But what comes after that is the third guy that definitely puts the final nail in the coffin for that. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than that because sometimes their strategies have layers on layers, and sometimes those layers just catch them off guard.
This was also one of these rounds where Sab Batro's 1 HP managed to get 3 kills. I mean, JT, there was a lot of crazy rounds. Something doing crazy things. Sad Batru doing this round 5-7. They push T-spawn. Like, what is this round as well with the 5-7? Like, so much. JT, have you? Do you still have your brain, or what's going on here?
No, I took my brain, I threw it out into the trash. It's not needed. All I could just say, like, what on earth is happening? People are throwing flash. They also flash themselves and then peek and die. Like, like, it was in total chaos. I mean, it's Dust 2. It kind of reminds me of my olden days, but I mean, flashbacks. Yeah, this is the one with Fury when the mollies were in the car and they're like, he still checks it out though. So like, it's crazy to see how this game is. I mean, there's heavily favored towards Aimstar, but Vision X, they brought it back. They show there's a reason why this game is possibly closer than it should be. And now that we're looking into the second map, which is Vertigo, oh boy, I think we're in for a treat, honestly.
I think map choices are gonna be really fun in this matchup because Dust 2 and Vertigo, they have that similar element of randomness. I feel like you never know what's gonna happen. Also, 5-7s and Vertigo are quite strong because of the so many close angles, like in A or mid or even in B. Like you can even hold B with the Deagle if it works. But man, what a map! Honestly, this was such a fun map to watch, and it was crazy because Aimstars felt like they had control throughout, but then Vision X were getting those rounds time after time. Really, really fun. Hopefully Vertigo is gonna be the same, but to move on and talk about Vertigo here, and one of the admins as well mentioned to me that these guys, Vision X, actually they are masters in Vertigo, and they beat some of the good teams on Vertigo. So, I mean, are we gonna expect something chaotic as well, or is gonna be more conservatives? Are we going to see some plans, smokes from T-Spawn? What do you think, Ramon?
I mean, if you translate it again, man, I mean, ramp is basically B rushes for them, right? So in the end, since if I remember correctly, Aimstars are going to start CT, and the Vision X were the ones who were B rushing when they were on the T side, and they got a multi-frag. If they do that again on the Vertigo map, I mean, what's more to like when you have an aggressive T side on Aimstars or in Vision X actually, who actually got a good amount of momentum when they got the first couple of rounds. So a lot of chaoticness, definitely something I'm expecting. I want to see a lot more creativity, because then you remember from those rounds where somebody's wrapping around, somebody's holding down that angle. It's all because of awareness. I want to see something crazy, and we got a lot more craziness from that previous game. I just want more of it, man.
JT, do you want some crazy as well?
You know what? There is a thing a role player used to say, once the game goes crazy, everyone goes crazy. So I'm all up for it, as crazy as it can be. I mean, if they go crazy, I'm gonna go crazy at the cast. I mean, I started talking Russian out of nowhere with an accent. I don't know what on earth is happening, right? So it's like, you know what? You're giving me crazy, I give you crazy back. It's just, give me the vibes, I give you the vibes too. And I love it. Honestly, I cannot wait to see this game because it brings so much hype into it that it's to a certain extent, it's such a treat to watch and cast with Ramona as well. It's super fun.
I definitely agree. I mean, you're fired up there. And I think, Vertigo is one of these maps. I think we're going to see crazy. We're definitely going to see something, I wouldn't say ordinary, and I wouldn't say not unordinary. It's going to be in the middle, It's going to be like, it's going to start off nice, and then somewhere through the mid, someone is going to fall off. Or someone is going to flash his teammate. Or something is going to happen. This is the beauty of Vertigo. By the way, it's my most hated map, but I enjoy watching it because it's so random. There's so many good boosts. There are so many good flashes and smokes. There's always going to be that A push trying to take control of ramp. So I think we're going to see that a lot, especially after they, changed Vertigo, added that trailing. I think it's going to be interesting. Vision, in my opinion, have the upper hand here because of this is their map, and you don't pick Vertigo out of nowhere. Obviously you play the map, the map, because if you're a team that don't practice much or prefer to play safer maps, you would go Mirage, you might go Dust 2 Inferno, but going Vertigo, I mean, either they're really, really crazy good or something bad is gonna happen. Did you agree there, Ramon?
Either they're crazy good at it, or maybe they're just crazy because something is cooking up for them. And if it's something that's very well structured for them, then I'm gonna be very honest. I don't really like the Vertigo map, but if they do something different with it, then I'm all for it. I really do feel like we're gonna have a banger on our hands for it.
JT, you feel the same?
Yeah, I'm ready to see bodies flying off. I'm down for it, you know. Let the bodies fly off the map. I don't care. I mean, if that's how crazy we're gonna be, it's gonna be crazy, right? I'm down for it. I'm so excited.
I mean, even the nicknames are crazy. You have Sab Batru, you have something, you have Eminem. By the way, I called him Eminem because he's called Amin and there's an M at the end, so I just called him Eminem, which is much nicer. And then you have a guy called Dubai for some reason. So it's it's a it's a crazy matchup. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it does go to Anubis. I know it's very late in the Philippines, but I do hope it goes to Anubis.
It's okay.
Just because we haven't seen Anubis, we've seen 5. Maybe we'll see 5 maps in one stream. That's so rare. You have no idea how rare it is because it's always Ancient Anubis Dust 2 or Ancient Anubis Mirage or something like that. And I'm surprised that we haven't been seeing Mirage much, even though, let's say, teams that do less practice prefer to play maps like Mirage and Inferno. But maybe this is a positive that these teams have been practicing, have been trying their best to reach, the final of this competition. The winner of this, I think, will go against Wahwah, who we don't know much about, but later on we might see some lineups coming through. Ramon, if you are Vision X at this point and you lost the first map, you're playing Vertigo. How do you want to start? Do you want to start passive or just rush?
Well, if I do say so myself, I like the aggressive game, so why not just hold W? I think I've always been biased to the whole W strat.
You're a W guy. JT, are you a W guy or shift?
Or
guy?
man, I don't like playing slow. I just like being in your face. Even if I don't have aim, I'm gonna just go there, just be dominant, just show your presence, be known that your entire squad is there. If it fails, it fails. But if it does wonders, it'll be like phenomenal. It'll be epic, and that's what I'm hoping to see. And like you said, right, this is a map where they have played up against stronger teams and won up against them, and that's how confident they are. They're bringing maps that certain teams are not even ready for, and this could be one of them too.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's the beauty about Vertigo, and picking Vertigo, like we said, it could be a double-edged sword. It could be a map where you dominate or you get dominated at. Is just finding your rhythm from the beginning, and this is very important for Vision X because I feel like if something and Sad But True go crazy from the beginning, then it's gonna be tough. Either way, I am sadly but truly giving you the mics heading over to Vertigo. I truly hope it's gonna be a fun map, so hope you guys enjoy and we enjoy with you.
Yeah, we don't even get the time of day to actually settle in because now we're gonna head on into the game itself. Pistol round we go. Vision X start on a pistol on the T side itself. We got flank coming down over from Sad But True, but in the end, Zoro takes the first drag. That's a headshot on lanes. He also got
Still not dead yet.
He's down to the ground.
Yeah, a good hold coming from the side of Aimstar is really shutting them down on towards Vision X. The hold that they have on towards this side, it's phenomenal. They can't stop it. The dual Berettas are Sad But True going crazy, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's already fired up from that previous game, and he wants to bring the momentum into this next coming round. The aggressiveness from IBAD and Sad But True is definitely on point this time as they hold up that stairs position. They couldn't even set a foot inside of that side at all since the long-range gunfights. That's where the USP shines entirely, right? I mean, Vision X not able to abuse the run-and-gun possibility of that Glock and see if they're able to hold up the mid-fight. MP9 in hand, jumping up from the sky. Sad But True will get a double. As he also got the support from Fury. He also got a kill for his own.
That's a good opener. I mean, like, it's to be expected, right? Like you said, it's a double-edged sword. If you don't get your rhythm up and running, it's gonna look really bad. And look at that. Talking about really bad is when Lix gets the shot first, but he's the one who falls down. Complete 180 from iPad. Able to find that one out. And 2-0. And the guns are gonna be pretty decent. A nice replay here and there and how well that they've been playing this, map so far. Stars complete control, but this is where they're gonna get tested when the guns are up for Vision X.
Yeah, you say that, and then they have 3 MP9s, which is basically one of the strongest weapons in the CT side. Also emphasize the 5-7, if I do say so myself. Sad but true. Lashed out onto that ramp side, and he also got iBad, who's pushing it again. He's low on HP. Blitz has to be careful. But he has the camaraderie with his teammates.
Yes,
Vision X want to play the aggressive role. Stares on notice, and iBad not even feeling some pain at all, as Zoro's already with a long angle. MP9 in hand as well. Low on HP is Eminem and Dubai. Everybody on the side of Vision X is even forced onto the low positions.
Yeah, they can't even enter towards the side just because of how much utils are on the side of Aimstars. They're trapping them down, making sure that they are not gonna have an inkling at all. The struggle is real here, Ramon. They're not getting anything out of it. Fury getting the kill through Dubai, and now the numbers are slowly going down. And from below, they try to go for a cheeky play, but sadly, it's not gonna bite.
Oh, look at the angle. The angle. Zoro's just playing the passive game, and he's able to get himself one. It's so hard to actually spot him out until he's the one who actually pushes on down. iBad, MP9 in hand. It's full value from the gun itself. It's all up to licks. And again, this was the buy round for Vision X, so they had to put a lot of value into the AK-47s. But thanks to the smoke, thanks to the sprays through the MP9, Zoro was able to get so much value. Not from the guns itself, so licks. He gets spotted, he gets noted. And now, let's be careful about the flank. He's already wrapped around that CD position and already runs onto the A site. That's where Sad But True is going to chase him down. Flash on in. Definitely not in a position to be a flash. He's going to get run down though.
Yeah, hoping for an exit track on behind him. That's where he's going to be. He goes for a 180, hoping to get a kill, but the jump shot! Clips it until the end. You're not going to save a gun at all. I love it. Cinematic. Like the trailer, bro.
It's like a drop kick from downtown. Like literally surprising him within the depths. I mean, he thought he was going to save the gun. And then he got denied entirely.
Here we go.
That would have been an opportunity for an exit too.
That was so good to see and watch, but yet again, they're still trying their luck here. They don't necessarily have the guns. I mean, I guess a couple of the eagles here and there, but let's be honest though, is it gonna work out or will it not? Because it seems so far they do get the first blood here. Blitz getting the kill towards Fury, and they traded off another kill for Blitz.
The kill feed is filling up with pistols and I'm loving it. It's either somebody's pushing too far, it's an MP9 that runs in, guns down, Eminem. Comes a 2 versus 3 that Blitz has to be careful with as Dubai gets another one tapped with the Deagle. Fall apart now for Aimstars as iBad reconsiders. And something, he was holding down the rotation from mid. Dubai is able to run away from danger until he gets backstabbed by somebody lurking into that good night. That's a 4-0 for Aimstars. A win streak as of late. But you could say that the Deagles were considerable for Vision X. They were catching them off guard as of the moment.
Yeah, but you know, they gotta stop the momentum coming from Aimstars though. This is their map pick, Ramon. This is the map that they're confident in, and so far, we're not really seeing much of those confidence. It seems like Aimstars got their number as Fury yet again. Able to find that kill. Something. Trying to spam and hope to get a kill. Looks like he's able to find one as he spams through. But Elix! Okay, I don't know if it's luck or skill, but he gets 2. But Zoro shuts him down immediately. But nonetheless, though, 2v2. This is the moment for Vision X to turn the tides towards their favor. If they can. Utilities have been heard. Fury understands and gives the information to Zoro. Try to go for a pincer maneuver here, Ramon. Will it work is the question. It could! 2v1 now! Pushing through, Zoro answers back. Yet again, pitch perfect for Aimstars.
You know what I like seeing out of them is how much value they get out of getting the initial info. I mean, you saw somebody just holding up that stairs side. You saw a glimpse of him. He didn't even hesitate to second peek on because he knew he was going to win the gunfight. And that was after he made noise too, so that's full confidence. And then back on that air conditioner side, he also got a pretty isolated fight as well. That Actually pivoted away just so that they could get themselves the bomb defusal yet again. So 5-0 for Aim Stars. A good sign for the future coming into the next coming rounds. Vision X, one of their last buy rounds this one in time, did not even get so much more out of these buy rounds.
Look how they're
But their
pushing.
loss bonus has butchered up. They're pushing something. Will get denied. MSI and Licks, they're able to bounce back after a really, really nice shots. A 3v5 and they're holding up that stairs position that's closer.
Well, a good opener coming from Vision X, but you know, Aimstar stopped them at their tracks, told them to hold your horses. Your game is not over. Oh, okay. We'll just act like we didn't see that. All part of the plan, you know. If you're just inciting fear with Vision X, saying, "Oh, look, I'm gonna fail my my nade," but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Still in complete control. That is Aimstars. As sad but true, getting the kill towards Blitz. They have complete control of this game. Ramon, what can they do?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Rush into the site, then they die to the hands of Sad but True and Zoro, the duo. And every single time they respond to a site, they will always get a little bit more than just value. They actually got a couple of frags here and there. That's 8 kills for Zoro into the next 6 rounds. I feel like his KD, it's like every time that he rushes into a round, he will always get 1 or 2 kills. Literally. This guy is on 1 with Sad but True. As now Fury will be the one to take that initiative to take the mid side itself something. He's rushing into 3 players. That's 5. This is the rush that I've been looking for. They haven't even spotted him.
Check it behind. The gun control, the discipline.
The spray from 2. And Fury to cap out the 3rd. That's a 2v2 that I've seen one from Aim Stars. But Vision X, at least they blow the game wide open with that.
Yeah, now make it a 2v1 and pop flash. Hoping to see if they can get a kill, an inkling. I don't know. It's just so difficult when you can both peek at the same time, and that's what they're doing. Immediately abort, and the side of Licks understands that the possibility, the chances are not in his hands, but still hopes for the best. Rotates around and sees if he can do something out of nothing. But can he is the question. Smoke has been placed. Still 50 seconds on the shot clock. And gets a kill through the smoke somehow. His senses were tingling. The spidey senses were there. Thinks it. Acts like he's leaving. But it doesn't matter. Licks! He has the answer. Finally gets around for his team. But that was a bloody round.
Yo, and that was off of something doing something crazy. Literally triggered discipline, acts like he's part of the team. Bro thought he was part of the squad. Sprays down 2, gets ramp control momentarily. That was after they got the reconvene and 2v2, where Licks was falling to the hands of the 1v2 side. Fakes on down before he actually goes back in to claim that 1v1 frag. The Giga Chad that he is. Now with the ramp rush yet again. This time something has been dealt with. That's Dubai. He was flashed out and Smoke also supporting the squad. That ramp position looking primed as ever, but Amin will spray on that. But he pulls out the pistol. Dubai at the right place at the right time. 2v2 now.
But a lot of information though. That's the most important part. He heard them drop down. So he understands where they can be. If you're gonna go for the peak, will he get a shot? Yes, he will. Does he know there's one more though? Regroups then, recuperates with his teammate. Dubai, oh, what can he do? Is it a one-man show like what happened last time? But this time it's gonna be in Dubai's hands. Can he pull it off? It's gonna be a tough call here, Ramon. I don't know, Vision X. You know, even rounds where they think that they're gonna win, it's still not really showing us the dominance that they had like before. As this time Aim Stars decides to stick together through thick or thin and just move as a unit, not as individuals if possible.
No way. No way. He's actually deciding to wrap fully over at that CT position. No way Dubai actually has this. He has the timing. He's also going to miss out on Ibad, so he has full reign on Heaven. And he could meet Fury looking at the wrong position. Look, Ibad's not even going to be a factor. But he has to be careful. Because Fury is about to meet him. He has the bomb. Has to win the fight. Yes, he does. 10 seconds. Now he has to plant. That's where iBad realizes that the situation has changed. He's so close to him now. Nade on down. Doesn't hit him. Finds him. The shoulder peak does not connect. It's iBad. Right place, right time yet again. And Dubai narrowly loses out an opportunity to clutch back-to-back for Vision X. That's Aim Stars. Relying on iBad to get the win in the end. Good thing Dubai was so low because once he peeked on towards that railing, it took a little bit more time than he was supposed to call up one of the guys over from Aim Stars.
I mean, honestly, when Vision X do win a round, it's a round where, you know, it's almost clearly impossible. So we really have yet to see the power that, you know, Vision X had compared to how their performance was in Dust 2. You know, like I said, it's the map that they pick, and boy oh boy, Aim Stars are ready for it. You know, they're not one to get pushed over. They're the one who starts the fight. They're the one who takes the bullet. They're not afraid, and there you go, something yet again pushes it to the limit. Sad but true answers back as well.
He's gonna go for more here. He's also hold up on that angle. Ammon is already on site. iBad's good for the trade though. 2v4, well 2v3 now as we look at it. Fury holding up that mid-side position. They have all their eggs on one basket because they're also holding up the space. We're at that A side and they're waiting for Blitz to actually make the move this one time, but the stairs push. Blitz has made his presence known, and the wraparound was perfect onto Zoro. Fury is expecting the same angle. He dinks him a little bit too close for comfort. Now has to peek it on down. Fury needs some support. iBad has to be there with him, but he's also wary about the flank. He hasn't spotted MSI. And is also joining up with his teammate over that stair side.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a B take here. I mean, complete control on the side of Vision X with a Blitz. Tremendous wraparound that he has done. Gave them a lot of cover, a lot of leeway for them to work around. Now that the bomb is getting planted, they have to make a play. I mean, still, yet again, going to be a 2v2. Not going to be that easy. As they go for the peak, Blitz. Phenomenal. Has been playing tremendously well for his team. Gonna get lit quite a bit. Still has to play with a peak together if they can. iBad. I mean, he's clutched it before. He can do it again, Ramon. If he can find the angles. So many angles to look at, but he still finds it. He still gets it. Goodbye, good riddance. Does he have time? And the answer is yes.
He does. After all that hard work from Blitz, peeking in and out from that CT side, A-Star still win it in the end after a nice 1v2 from iBad. I mean, look at this timing from Blitz. He was the one lurking on towards that stair side. And he had the option of going back to his teammate to try to help him, support him for his cause, to plant onto the bomb. But he decides to keep on going. Fortunately, it didn't really stick the landing for the whole team as a whole as Vision X. Ryan to win that 1v2 fight as MSI. He's the one restoring a bit of order to the chaos that is held on that stair side. A second from the entry. This guy is taking names and kicking asses all throughout that B side itself, while on the other side of things, I mean, he has his own assignment. He also gets taken down by something. He decides to rope. He can beat back to the squad. It's a 2v4. Has to be working.
I'll treat the smoke. They heard the guy drop already, so something will fall down. And I think this is the first time ever that we're gonna see Vision X be able to push towards B with the help, you know, coming from MSI. This guy just took control. Even if his flash is that I'm gonna continue pushing, like you said, bring order on towards this chaotic game, making sure that they're still in it. I mean, if MSI could continue doing what he's doing, definitely they can slowly climb back onto this first half that is not really at its finest.
Ooh. These Deagle's actually doing a lot of damage. Just glimpses from what happened in the previous map. I mean, now it's iBad who actually takes his hat into the ring. Deagle shots through onto Blitz and surprises him again. The one-man hand cannon, something. Long angle spotted, jump peak, sees 2. Also, that nade does a lot of damage as MSI will lock down the kill. Sad but true, also very close to the angle. Flash on down, does not expect him to be that close. Does not even check for him at all. The 5-7 will not connect onto Amin. It's Lix that actually takes him down. 3v4. Inside looking wide open for them, especially considering the eco round that Aim Stars are forced into.
Ibat still has the Vandal on his... Oh, I mean the AK. Oh! On his hand right now. What, from above? Amin? Getting that kill immediately? Damn. Vision X still in control of the site. Still making sure that they are not gonna falter to pressure. First half, probably gonna be 8-3. As they're able to hunt them down on Fury.
Alright. An 8-3 scoreline for Aim Stars. They do still have not that much to work with, actually, if I do say so myself. So it's the last round for the first half on regulation. Vision X actually doing a really good job of keeping the rounds a little bit too close. Able to save up. You could also see that a lot of effort has been made to actually get a lot more aggressive. You can see that even though they're not taking a lot of their corners, they're taking the space up. And once they lock down those fundamentals, they're able to get a lot more effect. Fury and something does do a lot of good work. Licks in Dubai, they get the space up towards that ramp position, and Blitz even gets another on a wallbang headshot. 2v3. The stairs push also being initiated by Blitz. He's the one making the fake. He's the one trying to pull the rotations, as Fury is the one to bite it over at that conditioner side. Molly's on down as well, but they never expected it to be that close, but MSI has expected it. 1v3 now for Zoro, and the only hope that he could have is that this flank could actually work out in his favor.
Finally, they're playing the game style that we know they're good at. Rush it, fight it, and just play with confidence, and that's what they did. They're winning rounds because of it. Now we can see, Zoro, he's badly hurt, doesn't really have much HP, and he will fall down. 8-4, considering it was, what was it? Was it 7-1, Ramon, or was it 8-1? And then they came back.
7-1.
Yeah, and then they came back. That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it speaks to, I guess, the amount of mental endurance that they could have for the Vision X side, because they were the ones who were down on the deficit. They were able to claim back their own deficit, at least claim a couple of rounds, just because of individual performance from, I believe it was Blitz over at that CT position. It was also like really good shots from MSI, who at the end of the day were taking impact frags out of the week. So good job for them recognizing their strength, but now they need to hunker down and get some more wins. Licks starts off well with the one tap over to something. They rush on down towards the east side itself. Licks another from the USP. Makes it a 2 versus 5. Dubai is going to make it so. Another one onto Fury. As Vision X, they're claiming frags left and right. Fury left alone. He's the one on the stairs position. He's the one getting chased down, and he gets perfectly shot down by Licks as well. A 3K for the guy. That's more money in his pocket, and that's a lot more chances for Vision X on getting themselves the advantage.
Things are getting heated up. I myself saying myself. I mean, Vision X, it kind of looked like they were losing it. They were, we're not seeing the Dust 2 Vision X that we were seeing, and then somehow, some way, it became like a wake-up call. Guys, we can't keep playing like this. And boy, did he wake up. Vision X. Honestly, I am glad to see certain changes on their playstyle, and just continue what you're doing, and things are gonna get good.
First shotgun into the game, and finally, we'll back up. It's the same strat in a row where they push on to the mid side, but CT is where they want to catch them off guard. He wanted something aggressive, something crazy. Pushing onto the spawn, they even get another something. Oh, this guy has been pulling out a lot of impact frags. Now they want to rotate onto the A side itself. They played him like a fiddle. They started towards that mid side, thought that they were going to push down ramp. Instead, They push on to the spawn position where Vision X were rotating. And they couldn't even think for a second.
Oh, this is close. I mean, he's just right around the corner. The barrel of the gun, he finds it. Zoro gets a kill. I mean, honestly, if there's something called synchronized swimming, I'm gonna call this synchronized pushing. Because they were on sync. They were able to outplay them with numbers and flooded them. That's all there was to it.
Yep.
Aim stars.
It would be crazy if they pulled that strat without even talking to each other about it. They just had the hive mind idea. One of them thought about it, and then the other just thought about it as well, and they just decided to push onto the same position.
I mean, that's some next level, teammate understanding of each other. I would say so myself. Like, you know what to do? Yeah, I know what to do.
Yeah, and they didn't even talk about it too, right?
Yeah. Vision X. That looked good for Dubai, but sadly not enough damage. I mean, you are on a pistol. Not going to be enough to get the kill. Nonetheless, though, it's up against the pistols. I mean, pistols do work to a certain extent. But will it matter, though, on the side of Vision X? Because it looks like they are going to be pushing through the smoke, pre-firing if they can. They're able to spot them down, and MSI is falling off the building. I love it. That the bodies hit the floor as I back through the smoke. Same with Zoro. They're just getting kills upon kills upon kills. And there's nothing gonna stop them. As Licks is up next. And the hit list, I think you know where he is. Shows himself. Zoro slicing, dicing.
All throughout the chaos that is Vertigo, that was the first time that we actually saw a body fall off the map. Not intentionally. Like, literally, just as he died, that's the only time that I saw somebody fall off the map. That's probably the quota of the day that we're going to be expecting from Vertigo. The replay also shows him fall from
It's a replay?
It's a slow-mo, too.
I give production 100 out of 100. You guys are perfect.
Yeah. That was perfect.
As Zoro he does get a kill towards Blitz. Blitz was caught. His hands were up in the air saying Ayo. Try to use his utilities, but instead dies it. Not necessarily what you want to do to provide for your team. I mean, he's done wonders for Vision X, but falling lackluster on towards holding the side. And what? Zoro saw the pixel! A tiny pixel is all it takes to get a headshot, and he does get it. In complete control, aim stars. And nothing's gonna stop them as they're winning the duels. The 1v1s. And Pixels saying 2v1. Nah, hi bad. This is next to air. It's gonna be a duel. Spot him out, but MSI will get the kill.
Yeah, he thought he was the one who's actually gonna get the frag. He actually gets himself the upgrade, so a second frag onto MSI as well.
MSI!
It was doable, but the double peak, that definitely was a scary one for MSI. But reality has been set. Vision X not able to reconvene back as Aimstars still get another plant down over to the other side of the map. I think they're at the point where their confidence is on a high that they don't even need to default anymore. They decide to split everybody up just so that they have their own individual duels, right?
Yeah, honestly, they just won the 1v1s. That's it. It's not like someone double peaked. It was all pure 1v1s, and nothing stopped them. That's why maybe that's why they're called aim stars, right? Everyone has their aim, and they're all a star.
Yeah, it wasn't even a start towards a rush onto the ramp position. They pushed ramp by the time that they were also making a lot of noise over at that stair side just so that they could be convinced. But that was only one guy. So they had Fury be left on an island to see if he can get somebody on that mid side. There you go. Ramp side by every single part of the aim star's position. I mean, nobody's on ramp. Nobody's on that short position. It's always hold up on that short side where the possibility for Vision X, but this time they got the angle. Somebody on that railing as well. Wallbang's from 2. Licks is also in a lot of trouble. They're expecting somebody to be on that short side position, so with the youth come down, the split coming out, and the spams coming through as well. So a lot to be said about this execute, and MSI is also low on HP, so they have to be careful about this.
I love the mollies, the utilities that they've been doing really tremendously well coming from the side of Aim Stars, and I don't think nothing's gonna stop them. Although it just depends on how well can hold the side. Just looking for the pixel perfect shot. Fury's able to find it. Eyebrows all be able to find it. He gets a double. Honestly, I don't know, Ramon. It's just the shots. They're on feet. They're on point. Not stopping them. Dubai as well will fall down in the hands of Ibad. This man's on fire. He ain't bad, bro. He had 19 kills. Already aiming
20.
for his team.
Get that 20. Get that 20, bro.
Get that 20k. Get that 20k. You deserve it. He's gotta go get it.
Nah. Yeah. Definitely one of those situations where you felt your adrenaline actually rush through your veins, but then you get a little too close to the sun. It's sad things. He didn't get his 20th kill, but he could have actually gotten. He will get it possibly in this next coming round, since Aim Stars are on match point. Vision X. What are we working with? A couple of MP9s, a few SMGs. Yeah, definitely they need to put all their eggs in one basket. Risk up on towards that stairs position, and I think they read it pretty well. Stairs coming down. Aim Stars flashed on in. They're all looking at the corner because they all got flashed with Fury. Able to dodge away from that action. Gets another onto Blitz as well. MSI, it's the flank coming down. Lix is also supporting the cause as they have stairs position. They need to take care of the long angle. Sabichu will get one as Amine also get another. It's a 2v3. That comes down as well. Aim Stars have the time on their hands, but Amine will be the hope and dreams of the squad. Aim Stars in that 3v1 are happy to sing their praises. He's playing around the smoke. Low on HP is something as he reconvenes back with his team. This regroup will definitely solidify it for Aim Stars. It's done and dusted. A 2-0 for Aim Stars, ladies and gentlemen. As well, Vertigo was definitely crazy. You know?
I don't think he catch the tail end of the thing. Sambachu killed his teammate. Just because, you know, celebration. They already had it from the get-go, from the first half, from getting 7-1. Right? It's crazy. It's just how dominant it was. We were like hyping it up. This is like Vision X. This is their map. This is where they won against stronger teams and talks. You know, talk us through what happened.
I mean, like I mentioned, it's a double-edged sword, and Vision X thought that Vertigo is their comfortable map pick, but honestly, I've seen more preparation coming from Aim Stars than Vision X. I mean, you've seen their T side, you've seen the executions that they have, whether it's an A or B. It was always synchronized pushes into either one of the bomb sides, as well as in the CT side. They also had a very dominant performance. I expected more from Vision, especially on their T side, seeing that this is their map pick. You expect good T side from them, but hard luck to Vision. I mean, we've seen some good rounds here and there, but we're gonna look at the results. We're gonna look at what happened today in case you guys weren't there on the action. By the way, you missed a lot. And these are the results. God's Reign 2-0 against Victor Sumus. Aim Stars 2-0 against Vision X. I think there was no, it was expected. I don't think any of the opponents, we talked about this. We said God's Reign most likely is going to win. Aim Stars most likely is going to win. And this is the bracket now, how it's looking. I'm not sure what's happening with Elo Delivery and No Hard Feelings, but yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's so much life quotes, even in team names. Something is wrong. But yeah, look, it's going to be exciting because tomorrow we're going to have the semifinals and finals. So make sure to tune in same time. Guys, what happened in that Vertigo? I mean, it was totally dominated by Aim Stars. We haven't seen Vision X at all. Was this a bad map pick?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's God's Reign getting picked Inferno by their opponent map pick, bad map pick, right? I think this is like a lot of preparation being set weeks and weeks before we actually got to this point in time where I think we're at the level where Aim Stars actually are confident in whatever map pick is thrown onto them. I think we had a lot of question marks on if their Vertigo was gonna be a question mark for them. Now it actually answered our question. They're good at adapting to any sort of high pressure situation they're thrown at. And I think Dust 2 also verified that not only are they good at adapting, but they shoot pretty hard as well, man.
JT, tomorrow we're gonna have our semifinals. Do you believe? Was it convincing enough for you that do you think God's Reign is gonna win easily and Aimstar is gonna win easily their semifinals, or you think their opponents or Wahwa? We don't know much about Wahwa, but do you feel like you've seen such a good CS that they will be comfortable tomorrow?
I feel like all eyes are on God's Reign just because they're the most prominent team in terms of the qualifiers, and it goes to show on why they are. I mean, they are a seasoned veteran in their region, and showing their performance here is going to be interesting to see. I mean, so in terms of the retrospect of things, I think God's Reign won't be going until the grand finals, is what I believe. But in the upsets, I love. Aim Stars, on the other hand, it's a 50-50. I would love to see what Wawa has shown. I mean, they did get a 2-0, right? So it's a full of 2-0s here in the qualifiers so far. So if Aim Stars can do something like they did to Vision X, then who knows? It's anyone's game.
All right, Ramon, JT. I keep wanting to say Caster, JT. JT, thank you so much, guys, for tonight's casting and analysis. It was a pleasure having you guys as well. See you tomorrow, hopefully, with more. I hope to see some 2-1s, hopefully better matchups.
Mhm.
Thank you once again to all our viewers and the sponsors, partners, PLG, EasyQ, as well as Face It. This was a lovely day. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time. Tune in.
catch me in the pit. I'm breaking necks and I'm wilding out. Reckless energy, I'm never signing.